Hello again, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I don't really have an intro for my channel, really. It's just me, Dirk the Red Panda, here again with Tennis Ace. 3 episodes in a row. Getting uncreative here, but I really am in the mood to get through June's route, because I am so excited to see how the next, or whatever next few days that get updated relate to the days that are currently out. I have version 0.21, and supposedly tomorrow the new version will come out. So even if I don't get through the entire character select options, or I probably will get through the character select. I mean, if I don't get through day 13 and 14, which are the days that are still out for June right now, if I don't get to those, at least with the 0.22 version, we get to see how it gets modified, because some of the character sprites are getting modified for the next update, and it's gonna be hype. Let me finish my description, because I was just stopping right now with my description, so other than that, enjoy the video. Let me be bland and uncreative. Saving. So, no problem, Dilly. And good luck with those Patriots. I have one person in my family who's a die-hard Patriots fan, and then everybody else hates the Patriots. It's kind of weird. I mean, I'm a bit more indifferent, but, you know. You see them enough in the Super Bowl that it's it's one of those things where it's everybody loves to hate them. I'm just down to see a good game with that. Kira asks, how am I? I am pretty good. I am only 5 or 6 minutes late to the stream this time, so not bad, right? Dude, I'm stressed for the football game. Oof, I feel. I mean, it's that's how it's with my rest of the family. It's everybody's okay, we can't be too loud, or it's we can't be too loud because my brother's doing homework, but we're watching football. It's oh god, this ain't gonna end well. But yeah, hello to everybody in the chat. Peef Girl, Vlad, Kugo the dog, or Black Dog, sorry. Yeah, hello to all 6 of you watching. I think all 6 of you have commented. Dilly, Akira, Kugo, Vlad, Peef Girl, and Reyes. Okay, yeah, all 6 of you have commented, so you each got 1 individual shout out. So yeah, where are we? We are on day 5 of the character select, and for some reason I couldn't get it to the line before the character select thing. It just gave me this it gave me the whatever character select hearts, which for some reason I don't know why it says that's we only did 3 days when I clearly remember us doing 4, right guys? I'm not going crazy here. I don't want to check the other episode and lag my stream again. This upsets my Germanity. I'm so sorry for keeping you up, Pi. So sorry. Alright, so you're welcome, Reyes. Glad to give you guys the time of day for that. I know how it feels when it's you're watching another person's stream and it's you're commenting a lot, and then you never get called out or you never get a shout out. That was me just desperately on Zillion's stream last night. After this video, I just tuned in to see what it was. It was just more a chill sesh, them just hanging out and talking about mountain bikes and whatever. And I got one comment that they read, and they just got a Discord set up, and I was I've never used Discord. How does this work? And they're honestly, I can't even remember the answer. They were just you know, just kind of not a free-for-all, but you know, just kind of to me, it seemed it was more a center of where we can get a bunch of miscellaneous topics. Kind of like a Mino, but different. So, yeah, that's just how it be sometimes. Oh no, the video output also is in red. This is terrible. It's low. Not again. Alright, so let me see if this character select is on day 5, because if it isn't, I may have to skip through day 4. Like, that would really suck. So, with that out of the way, let's get into the reading. Only 5 minutes until I started this episode officially. Get going, me. So, let me just check my channel quickly. Because even if I just click it, like, why not? Maybe it'll look new to me. June. Okay, I think this is new. I mean, the last 2 days were pardon my intrusion. We click episode 39. Hope it doesn't have audio turned on automatically. So, yeah, well, I'm doing that. How are you guys' days? This, like, alright. That is so weird. It says it's 4 hearts when I did the last day or whatever. And right now it's saying that I'm only on day 4. Ah. There we go. It must be a glitch or something. Oh, I think I know why. The character select day never showed up, but let me just check day 4. So, let me just keep reading, and if it sounds familiar, it's familiar. Yeah, this is the same exact thing that I did yesterday. This is so sad. You guys don't mind if I just skip through this part? So, yeah, sorry I'm late, huh? Yeah, we just did this yesterday. I don't know why it didn't save. Like, my YouTube video doesn't have the character select day. It seems like it accidentally skipped it. Whatever. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna kind of skip through this. One time you'll see me skipping on my channel, like, this is normally not what I do, but yeah, if we did this already, and I feel bad to just make you guys wait another 30 minutes just for the same day. Felt a bit weird. Yeah, he doesn't interact much. Yeah, I remember this. I see you, Jaro. I only expect the best from you, Jaro. So, fast forward, hitting the enter key a lot, spamming so I don't accidentally skip the day 5. There we go. May 11th, we are back to normal. Only took us 8.5 minutes to get to the actual meat of the video. Good job, me. Not feeling too bad. Let's see what the day has in store for me today. Alright, we gotta go with June again. No surprise. But we are saving just so this doesn't get messed up. Here we go. So, the smell of dust and chalk permeates the air. Today again, weird pronunciation. Today again, I came to this old music room to watch June rehearsing. Usually, watching him playing would calm me. Seeing his entranced figure as he gracefully played, his arms dancing across the keys filled with satisfaction. I might even dare call it happiness. Today, like always, I watch as he plays the same old piano. It's the same song that he's been practicing lately. Even if I know nothing of music, I could always appreciate it. But unlike the other times I've watched, the air feels tense. I can't quite put my finger on it. With my limited knowledge, nothing he's doing seems to be wrong. And yet, in a sense, it all feels wrong. Jun moves with a desperation that is unlike him. His body moves jerkily, almost mechanically. Every now and then I see his ears twitching. His tail lashes around. His eyes keep fluttering open, whereas he'd normally have them closed the whole time. His expression looks to be anything but peaceful. He looks strained. In more ways than one, I worry. Not knowing what is happening, I merely sit and watch this performance. Calling it grating would probably be a stretch, but at the same time, seeing it makes my heart ache. His mouth curves and his lips quiver. It looks to me like he's gritting his teeth. Oh no, please don't tell me he's gonna get another heart attack. At this point, I am absolutely convinced that something is wrong. I consider to myself whether I should stop his performance, but I also know how he is. He'd probably kick me out if I interrupted him halfway. I grip my own teeth, trying to keep myself down. This is nothing like the last time I come to watch. It scares me. From the back of my mind, I keep having bad thoughts. Has he been pushing himself too hard again? Knowing him, that possibility sounds completely believable. Even though I promised I'd stop bothering him about it, I can't help but worry. If he hurts himself because he's overburdening himself. As an athlete, I've seen the damage that overpracticing can cause. Not just to your body, but to your mind. I just want this to stop. I want this performance to stop. Please just make him stop. Oh, look at him, he's so sad. After what seems like an eternity, the last note rings out. Jun sits perfectly still, panting in his seat. I want to reach out to him and say something, but my throat merely contracts uselessly. I struggle to find my words. What do you think? As he always does, Jun asks me for my feedback on this performance. Usually, I'd have nothing but praise to give him. Even if I wanted to, I know nothing of music, so I couldn't criticize. But today, even as he looked at me and tried to smile, the strain on his face was obvious. Jun, are you alright? Huh? Of course I am. Liar. I just felt like something was wrong. You didn't play like you usually do. It felt wrong somehow. Even as I'm trying to explain my worries, I can't come up with coherent enough words to explain my thoughts. It felt wrong? A fifth grader could probably come up with a better explanation. It was no good? Somehow, he looks so pitiful as he mumbles those words. The disappointment is clearly obvious in his eyes. Whether he's disappointed at me or at himself, I don't know. Yet, I still feel guilty. I feel as if I had just yelled at a small, frail little kitten. I know that's an unfair comparison, but I can't help but feel that way. Sorry. I didn't mean to bring you down. It's just... The words die in my throat. Just... Without missing a beat, he probes me for more information. I compose myself, afraid to say the words I'm thinking. He's already gotten mad at me for it before. I'm afraid of how he might react if I bother him with this subject again. But the rational part of my brain trumps over my fear, reminding me that there are more important things than that. I'm worried, June. You seemed out of it the entire day. I thought you were just distracted during class, but now, even when you were playing, it felt like you were overexerting yourself. It looked like you were in pain. I'm fine. You don't have to worry about me. I am completely surprised by his reaction. I expected him to get annoyed. I expected him to yell. I expected him to kick me out. Instead, his voice came out meek, almost pleading, as if he desperately wanted me to believe him. You don't look or sound fine. Are we going to have a repeat of last time? Last time? The day when I had to force you to go to the school doctor because you were having chest pains. It wasn't chest pain. I told you it was shortness of breath. Like I'm gonna believe that. I'm telling you I'm fine. Of course you're not fine. And I think I know what you have. You do? Yeah. You're having heart problems because you're overweight. Wow. That is very blunt. You're having heart problems because you're overweight, aren't you? People can have heart conditions and not be overweight. Come on, why you gotta be saying that? Oof. Yeah, see? You get pissed for that? Nika-san, I am not amused. Huh? You just called me fat. What? But I mean, it's kinda true. Nika-san, do you want me to kick you? I think kick you out, but yeah, same thing. Yeah, this really hurts my heart too, and it's so frustrating because it's like, before this, it's like you really want to tell him, and it's like, he will just dodge it so much, and it's like so obvious. Like, yeah, even though we try and play it cool, like, oh, just a coincidence, he got sick, his stomach was sick that day, shortness of breath. Yeah, he really can't hide this any longer, and it's so frustrating. Huh? What did I do? You know what you did, Nico. Don't be like that. If it's not that, then what's going on with you? I'm just really tired. I didn't really sleep tonight, and I've also got a cold. You don't look like you have a cold. Just because I'm not coughing doesn't mean I don't have a cold. My head is spinning. I'm running a fever and my throat hurts. Then why didn't you say anything earlier? Why did you even come to school at all today? I didn't want to make you worry. You know how you are. If you know I'm sick, you'd be fussing over me all day. This is sad. Just gonna take a little break for the chat. See ya, MK. Sorry that I kind of got you at a bad time. I'm trying to think, like, what time you're like... There was somebody that was, like, in Thailand or something like that, where, like, the time was, like, not 20, but, you know, like, 12, 15 hours ahead of me, so... I can understand, like, because I'm looking at this going, Sunday? How do you have school today? But, you know, things happen. But yeah, take care, MK. So, you're not lying to me, are you? Why won't you answer? Why are you looking at me like that? June. Yes, I promise I'm not lying. If that's the case, then you really should be resting. You should head to the doctor's office. You see, this is exactly why I didn't want to tell you. Are you seriously worried are you seriously worried about rehearsing right now? You need to rest. You can't keep pushing your body like that. I told you. I'm fine. And I told you you're obviously not fine. Come on, just do what I'm telling you already. But why does he always have to be so difficult? It's like trying to argue with a child. Come on, June. Please. Don't look at me like that. It's hard to say no. That is the point. Just a little more. I feel like I need just a little more, I feel like I just need a little more practice for today. No, you need to rest. Come on, you should know better than anyone that you won't get anywhere by practicing in this state. You'll just start making mistakes because of your condition, and they'll end up sticking to you like a bad habit that is hard to get rid of. You're just hurting your own progress. Though, like, this is true. Like, if you're just practicing and you're just having an awful practice, and you're just getting the same bad habits, like you're serving and you're missing your serve like 10 times out of like 15 or like 5 out of 10, you're not really making progress in any way. You're just, I mean, more so like 10 out of 15. Like, if you're like missing like a majority of your serves and like, or whatever thing you're practicing and you're messing up a majority of the time and you're taking frequent, like, you know, having to frequent retakes for it and messing up a lot, then you really need to just reset. And if you're still like practicing, or you still have to practice because it's like a sport thing and you're not sick like June is right now, or, you know, sick, quote unquote. But yeah, if you're just constantly like messing up with that, it's honestly mostly mental with that, where you gotta reset. But then it also ties into your physicality with it, because you're just hardwiring your brain to do that bad habit when you mess up. As a result, it is also physically damaging to what you're doing, because then it's wrong. You might hurt yourself doing it. You're gonna keep making the mistakes and make yourself worse at that thing. You're taking steps back. Breaks are so important, I swear. Like, as an athlete myself too, you just need to reset. You need to just take things in perspective and just kind of reassess things when slumps like this hit. And if you need a break for like the rest of the night or something, take that. It just hurts to read. Once he hears those words, his shoulders drop and his gaze softens. His shoulders drop and his gaze softens. Damn it. It seems I finally managed to get him. I definitely don't want that to happen. Jeez, you can be so stubborn. That sort of attitude isn't always cute, you know. Are you going to do as I say and head home now? I guess so. There's no point arguing with you. You're even more stubborn than I am. Damn right I am. That's not something to be proud of, you know. If it gets you to rest, then of course it is. Do you need me to walk you to the doctor's office? There's no need. I'm just going to go home. Home? But the doctor's office is a better place for... It feels too much like a hospital. I can't relax in there. I guess that's not... Or I guess that is fair. Do you need me to walk you home? Nah, it's alright. I kind of want to be alone with my thoughts. Thoughts? Plural? Oof, I see what you did there. Something wrong with that? No, 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 not at all. Everything's fine, just dandy. If you say so. Can I ask you to handle the cleaning of the room for me? Usually I take care of it every day after I finish rehearsing, but... Of course, leave it to me. I'll make sure this place is spotless so you can just relax. Thanks. June picks up his bag and stands up, looking me up and down one final time. I guess I'm gonna head home now. I'll see you later. Get well. I will. Thank you. ... I wonder if everything really is okay. Oof. Why you gotta be ending on a cliffhanger like that? Even though we're gonna see the next part of it. Well, guess we're back to the grinder today. I should have saved, but, you know, I could save right after this line. So yeah, that was pretty brief, but I really like that. Put a lot of punch into one, like, day and made it really concise. Some days you have to expand like that and go through the whole process of it and just kind of go with the flow with it. This one, it's like, it just made itself, and, like, it didn't feel like 20 minutes to me. That felt like 50 or an hour. That felt really long. Like I got warped into that like scene, or not warped, but I got transported to that scene. Whatever. I felt like I was there. But yeah, I love how you guys are just saying he's such an adorable creature. And yeah, he is. We just want the best for this little guy. My mouse is like trying to pet his head. Should have made the mouse visible, but it'd be too annoying. I was going to make that joke, but I'm gonna let you have this one. You win this time. Dick pics for days, Spy. Oh my god, Jaro. I would have thought Jaro would have been the one to make it. Like, out of all people. So, we are going with June, the month. Save just so we don't mess anything else up. Character select day 6. I've been thinking over a lot of stuff since I last saw June. I've been wondering what I could do to help him feel better. It's plain to see that the stress has been taking a toll on him. So I've thought of ways that I could potentially try to help without also being intrusive and annoying. In the end, all I could come up was with a silly little care package. I've bought all of June's favorite sweets, as well as some vitamin pills and some tasty food. Oof, the sweets, I'm not sure if that's gonna help, but, you know, it's the thought that counts. I want to make sure he's eating. Even if it is junk food, it's still better than nothing. Yeah, my athlete mind's kicking back in going, like, dirty bulking is a terrible thing, which is basically when you eat a ton of like junk food or like very unhealthy food after you work out or whatever to make up the calories instead of like having a healthy balanced meal and stuff. Like, by that, it's like, you know, maybe you go out and eat a ton of fast food, or you have a ton of candy or a ton of chips or something like that. Like, I've been guilty of it, but yeah, it's one of those things where it's not good in the long run, but yeah, it's still better than nothing, where sometimes I'm too indecisive to eat something and just starve for the next few hours and go, why did I only eat 2 meals today? Why did I starve myself and skip an entire meal? And then it's like, that's why. Because I am too careless to put my effort into making a good food choice. I need to look up more recipes. I know, like, fried rice and... I mean, yeah, of course I know how to make, like, pasta and, like, those things. can make like, whatever stuff that's like, from the freezer and tells me to instruct. Like I know how to do that, but like original recipes, I don't really know too much about. Like I know about them. I mean, I just don't have too much experience with them, and yeah, I just want to get more experience with that, especially before I move out. But yeah, Jaro, I want ice cream. I was thinking about doing that before the stream and being like, okay, let me have some ice cream and then just delay the stream for like another hour. And then I was like, that would kind of ruin my voice, because then dairy products and milk like kind of mess with your voice or kind of inhibit your performance for your voice. So we ain't gonna do that. Oh, hi Dino. I think you're one of the newer people to this chat. Like a lot of the names are similar people I've seen before, but yeah, it's cool to see new people like chiming in and contributing. So it is still better than nothing. Anyway, I can't wait to see his face when I give this to him. Heya, pardon for the intrude. Huh? At first I don't see anything. Is this a prank? The tiger I expected to find sitting in front of the piano isn't there. For a second, I imagined that he might have taken my advice to heart and decided to take a break to rest today. Feeling satisfied with that, I ready myself to step outside and close the door. Then, for some reason, a chill runs over my spine. Call it instinct or premonition, but something in me tells me to investigate further. I step inside the room and begin to walk over to the piano. Lumped over in the floor is the tiny figure of a tiger dressed in his school uniform. He has fallen over behind the piano, hidden from view from anyone who doesn't bother to take more than a cursory glance into the room. June! Without a second thought, I run towards him. June, are you alright? That's when I notice it. A small puddle of blood forming around his head. I look up and see a few drops of blood running down the edge of the piano. Oh no. Oh God. No way. I desperately open my bag, rummaging through for a piece of cloth or anything I can use to put pressure on it. Come on. A clean shirt. Come on, June, answer me. I try to remember the basics of first aid that I learned a few years ago in school, but it's no use. My mind is racing too fast to properly think. Help! Someone! Please! Anyone! Help! Oh my God. No, he's going to the hospital. June was taken to the hospital a few minutes afterwards. I don't know if anything I did past calling for help was useful at all. I wasn't allowed to ride with them in the ambulance for some reason. Instead, the school doctor went with them. As I stood there in front of the school gate, the cuff of my shirt soaked in blood, watching the ambulance riding away, I felt so small. Useless. Oh my God. I forgot how intense that scene was. It was so hard for me to like hold back like my stress and anxiety with that scene, because yeah, like I said, I did this once before and did it through day 14. That part just that freaks me out every time I read it. Why can this? It just feels so bad. Like it's such a short day, but it's like it's necessary for the storyline. Like, you don't want June to be hurt. I'm not saying that. I mean, like, for what they're going for, like, you know, you couldn't just make this like, oh, we're gonna spend like a whole hour for the day and then, oh, suddenly he comes back. Like, the day 5 and day 6 go hand in hand perfectly. Like, it hits hard. Like, I feel like I'm more of a reviewer now when I say that. I feel bad because I'm like, I'm just supposed to be the one, like, reacting with you guys and going along with it. But, that scene. Why did we get the same thing 2 days in a row? Well, I guess we're back to the grinder today. What is this game doing to me? And back to the happy music. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts. And yeah, for anybody in the chat, oh, whoever said that he's gonna be okay. Yeah, he ain't gonna die. Just to confirm. So yeah, keep watching, guys. Because we are in day 7. As I do, double saving just to make sure. I wonder if they ever, like, you know, are going to make, like, character art for that. Like, I would be so, like, sad. Like, I can't really describe how I'd feel. Like, I feel like it could be do justice for that scene. Like, even the whole hospital thing. Like, I know it's a black screen for us right now, but I wonder if Basket will ever do something like that where he'll make CG for that scene, because that scene would hit really hard with that too. Oh, good night, Pi. Sorry about being so late for you. You're like, I don't know, like 9 hours ahead of me, so yeah, I get it. Normally I do these at, like, you know, 9 at night or 8 at night, and it's like morning for everybody else, and then here it's like late night for me. But yeah, Pacific Standard Time, right? We're behind everybody. So, pristine white walls and floors, a slight smell of dust mixed in with sanitizer, an endless array of numbered doors. The feeling I got when I walked into the hospital was one of dread and nostalgia. The last time I'd been to a hospital was when Aki was born. And just a few days before that, I was in the hospital when my dad was pronounced dead. Remember that, guys, from day 10? This is... Yep, I gotta say that. I hate this place. Look at him, he's so happy. He's alive, guys, he's alive. And this time, I also ended up here for a not so pleasant reason. You guys really didn't have to go out of your way to visit me. We dropped by just after school to come visit the stubborn little tiger that had been admitted here after a freak accident. I wonder if they'll ever... Oh, the whole gang's here. I wonder if they'll ever, like, you know, patch him up and do, like, stuff kind of like what they did with Darius's route. I said nothing. Somebody gets hurt, and that's... somebody gets hurt. I'm not saying who, so... Yeah. But yeah, there's something like that where one of the characters gets injured, and then they're like, you know, originally shown without any patches, like their default sprite, and then eventually they updated it and that character has bandages. So yeah, I really hope I didn't spoil that for anybody here, because oof, this is not the first time I've seen the hospital scene in a visual novel. I think this one is still really good, and I don't want to compare them and be like, oh, this one's better, but yeah, there's no one that's like, oh, this one was dumb, this one was worse. But yeah, it's great to see everybody here. Oh, and it's too bad that we're 1 day short of the update, man. Like, Saya has like new character expressions in the next update. But it's so great to see everybody here. This will be my first candidate for the thumbnail. Look at them, they're all so... Maybe I'll change it when they're all happier, but yeah, this is my default for now. So, you're crazy if you think we'd just let you rot alone on a hospital bed without coming over to see you. Shuichi-san. Oh, it's been ages since we've seen Shuichi. Forgot who he was. No, I'm kidding. Never forget about Best Boy. You shouldn't act so surprised. we hardly seem like the only ones to have had that idea. Keisuke glances over to the mountain of wrapped presents on the bedside table that went almost 40 centimeters high. It seems some people even skipped class to keep you company, huh? Those kids ditching. Chef-kun and Sora are both sitting next to Jun's bed, looking at us awkwardly. I can sort of get why Sora would come since Jun is his neighbor, but why are you even here, Chef-kun? Jun has been really nice to me since I first moved here. I thought I'd return the favor by making sure he wasn't alone. Although it turns out I didn't really have to. I told you guys you didn't have to. It's like low but quiet nonsense. It was my pleasure to spend time with you. Same here. I'm starting to feel bad for not having skipped class to spend time with Jun. Nico, I'm sorry for cheating on you, Shuichi. Oh, even the character expression right now for it is perfect. I feel for you. Sometimes you gotta be the side chick, man. Alright, so I'm starting to feel bad for not having skipped class to spend time with Jun. Agreed. Yeah, I feel kinda like a sucky friend now. Oh, don't you guys start on that too. Alright. Sorry. By the way, I'm sorry there aren't enough chairs in here for everyone. I can call a nurse and ask her to bring more if you guys want. Don't be silly. We're fine where we are. Yeah, we're not gonna complain just because we're having to stand up. We're fine. Although, if you'd like, I could get you into a top-of-the-line hospital in a heartbeat. Rich people problems. The private institutions. Making the 1% healthier and live longer. We should not go into that tangent, but yeah, that's a political problem. Please don't go through that sort of trouble for me. There's no way I could pay you back for it. I'm not asking you to, and it would be no trouble for me. A few days in a private hospital would hardly leave a dent in my wallet. God, why you gotta be that way? Why you gotta be one of them rich flexers? Weird flex, but okay. That's one of the things that scares me. Huh? Nothing. By the way, Jun-kun, if you don't mind telling us, how did you even get here in the first place? I mean, how did the accident happen? At her mention of the accident, everyone goes stiff. We all watch Jun cautiously, afraid of how he might react to it. For a second, his suddenly neutral expression gives us quite a fright. It's stupid. I tripped on my shoelaces when I was getting up and ended up hitting my head on the piano. Next thing I know, I'm in the hospital. Low-key, I feel like he's a compulsive liar. Why is this so frustrating? Like, I know somebody in my life that's like that, where it's like, where they just do that and it's like, I know you lying, but stop it. But maybe this could be real. Maybe he could be saying the truth, but if he is not, I feel like he just like banged his head or got super frustrated with his like, you know, piano performance or whatever, and then hurt himself while being pissed off. That is my theory with it, but it's so tough to hear about. How do you even manage such a feat? Shuichi elbows Keisuke in the stomach, sending the hair back a few steps. Ow! The important thing is that you're alright now. Good thing Nico was there to help you when he did. Don't get me wrong, I really appreciate his help, but my head injury wasn't really that bad. Then how come there was so much blood? You know, come on. We did that choice on day 5. Still waiting for that thumbnail, by the way. Well, there are quite a few blood vessels in the head, so even minor injuries can bleed quite a lot. So I was scared to death for absolutely no reason? Good to know. It's not like that. You were still very helpful. There was no way to know if it was serious or not without getting me to a hospital. If it's not that bad, then how come you haven't been discharged yet? The doctor said he wants to keep me in observation to make sure there's nothing wrong with me. That sounds a bit overkill to me for some head trauma. You've already been here for over 24 hours. I'm kind of surprised at the level of care you guys have in Japan. There were nurses coming and going out of his room all the time to check up on him. I never knew you could get such attentive care for a regular injury. Unlike our European or American hospitals. Nah, I mean, I haven't been to a hospital in ages. My brother was in one, like, when I was in middle school for, like, half a day. But, yeah, I don't really remember ever being in a hospital for any traumatic injuries myself. Haven't really had that problem. I feel blessed for that, but let's just hope I don't have anything too serious with that. Or for any of you guys, wishing you the best. That's not normal though. They're going above and beyond here for some reason. We all know it's the heart condition. Don't be lying to us, June. Really? Why? I can't really answer that. Private reasons. Is that so, huh? I didn't expect that level of care from a public hospital. Things aren't going to be bad just because they're not private, you know. Talking to a capitalist. I'm sorry for making that joke, but, you know, if I ever make a political joke or something like that, it'll just be like one little sting and I'll just stop, so back to normal. I understand your argument, but remain unconvinced. There we go. How everybody should be with an argument or a joke or any type of little political nudge. You really sound like a snobbish rich guy every now and then. Think whatever you like. I still keep my opinion. You're impossible. Can you two behave? Do you guys need to bicker everywhere you go? What are you talking about? We're just having some fun. Oh, everybody's smiling. This will probably be the thumbnail. Let me just... Where the heck did my mouse go? There it is. Swoop. Look at the happy gang. I was sick on my 16th birthday. Oh, that's so sad to hear, Akira. Had to go to the hospital. Wow. Yeah, it's terrible stuff. Like, the last time I went to a hospital, I think it was, like, for my brother, like, he got, like, a concussion or something like that. Like, they were, like, driving, like, a golf cart or something ridiculous like that. He falls off of it and then just, you know, tumbles off this poor car. Like, he didn't have, like, a seatbelt or anything, just hanging off the back of it. Yeah. Dumb things you do in middle school, right? There's no need to be so serious all the time. We are in a hospital, you know. It's alright, Nico-san. Seeing the two of them like this is kind of relaxing. It just feels right. Indeed it does. And what is not right is that my video output is low. If you guys are getting lag, I am so sorry. I don't see any other sites open. I can close my Twitter if you guys want. So what you're saying is, you're saying, sorry, I was like looking back at Twitter, not paying enough attention. So you're saying they bicker so much that it'd be weird if they weren't fighting? That's kind of a sad thing to say. Well, I can see that June is in good hands now. I need to be home soon. My parents want to call me to check up on how things are going for me, so I might as well leave now. Oh, me too. I still need to go to the club I'm affiliated to for practice. What is this club? Ugh, I don't even remember this being the last update, or the previous time I read it. Okay, thank you for keeping me company, guys. And for the presents, too. Oh, he's blushing. How cute. And don't mention it. Just call me if you need anything. I'll drop by later to bring you some more games. Do you know what my Sora voice kind of reminds me of, though? It kind of reminds me of Alex's voice, but a little less confident and less straightforward. It feels like it's... Like with Alex, it's like, I am big and... Or it's like... let me read this line. Like, for Alex, it'd be like, you brought me so many already. And Sora, it's more like, you brought me so many already. Like, there's a lot more kind of stuttering and pause, I think, between the two, but I just realized how close those two sound. I do a lot of deep, low voices, just because that's my only range of voices right now. Like I said, I try, but that's my specialty. Yeah, stop and lying. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you guys are well educated in the memes. So, liked the tweets. Yeah, I was talking to Dilly about this, but yeah, for like the NFL, for anybody who's in America, like for the like conference championships or the semifinals is kind of like the equivalent of it. Basically, 3 of the 4 teams are from like, you know, my area, Decker Link's area, and then Dilly's area. And it's just really funny to see because it's like, wow, that's a strange coincidence, I'd say. Like, hoping that at least 2 of the 3 of our teams can make it. But yeah, my team's on the other side of the bracket, and then Decker and Dilly's teams have to play each other, so if you want to watch that, put it on the side. You don't need to watch that. Except Dilly, I give you the exception. But anyway, where are we? Oh yeah, June.
You brought me so many already. I doubt I'll be able to try them all before I get discharged.
Nothing wrong with having some variety.
I suppose.
I wish I could bring you something too, but I didn't bring a lot of games with me from my France. From my France. Nobody else's France. My France. I only have one of my consoles and it's not a portable one.
You don't need to worry about that. Really, you guys have already done so much for me.
Aw, you guys are so cute. All of you. You all deserve head rubs. I'm just returning the favor. Feel free to call me whenever you want to hang out. I'll come if I'm available. Guy voice, deep voice, what's the difference?
Okay.
See you guys later. Bye, everyone. See ya. Thanks for the help. Yeah, thanks for keeping an eye on him so he doesn't end up hurting himself again. You two take care on the way home. Thought she was gonna say a comment about Shuichi and Keisuke. Whatever. My France. Yeah. Honestly, like, the really good thing about Basket is that he has, like, a Word document, like a Google Doc, where you can send in, like, dialogue corrections and stuff to help him, like, improve any typos or anything. So every day has, like, you know, a column or a page for it, and you can just type in what you saw was wrong and then, like, underline it and say, oh, this is how you correct it, or oh, take this out or add this. It's really cool. I need to find the time to do that, but as long as people see in my videos, I bet people will catch up on that. Feel free, if you see anything in this video, to send it to his, like, doc on it. I think it's on Patreon. Patreon or his itch. Either way, it's one of those 2 sites. I knew it. Shiv Kun is the Prince of France. Got him. Yeah. So the room is definitely a lot less cramped with fewer people inside. Only the important main characters now.
Saya doesn't miss the opportunity to sit down on one of the free chairs as soon as they leave, leaving the three of us to fight for the remaining one. Musical chairs! How are you feeling now? Any residual symptom or something like that? Nah, I feel just a bit tired. I guess I've been overworking myself too hard lately. You really are an idiot for going to such extremes. Oh please, as if you had any right to complain to him about that. Indeed, I've seen you practice until you literally dropped. Well... Do as I say, but don't do as I do? That's a weak excuse if I've ever heard one. Oh, shut up. Yeah, you guys are funny. You've seen nothing, though. He was way worse when we were kids. Is that so? Could you please not give him more ammunition to use against me? It's your fault for saying something so blatantly hypocritical. Or hypocritical? Why did I pronounce it like that? It's your fault for saying something so blatantly hypocritical. You guys are way too fussy. Says the one who fusses about everything Kobayashi does. Why did I give him such a flamboyant end to that line? What is wrong with me? I'm sorry, dude. Message retracted. What did I miss? Oh no, it got retracted. Oh well. I was hoping to see what it was. Probably not important. They sure are made for one another. Yeah, amen to that. I'm just looking out for him. It's called being a good friend. It's called being annoying. What? Not you too, Saya-chan. What about you, June? Sorry, Nico-san. You're on your own. No way. Even you? Face it, you've lost. Ugh, betrayed by all my friends. What a truly horrible way to die. You really do have a penchant for the dramatic, don't you? Thank you, thank you. I'd like to thank my mother and my brother for supporting me. Oh, so this has turned into an award ceremony now. Oh, so this has turned into an award ceremony now. Nailed it. Why can't I get a perfect take? That time Dirk has trouble speaking. I can't English. Like, honestly, this voice acting stuff right now, or this narrating stuff, is like a new thing for me. I've never been one to really read or like read out loud or do a lot of voice acting related things or singing, or I'm not one to like do many communications related things. Honestly, like this is like my first time really going out of my way to do something vocally presenting like this. I know it's a lame excuse, but yeah, just explaining myself here. I totally understand, you know, guys' opinions about it or whatever. That's just why. Honestly, I'm trying to get better with it too, so everything over time, right? It gets better with time. No, don't apologize though. No, it's okay to like, say that, so. It's called being in love. Aw, you guys. So you suck. Almost every character in the game. Lol, seriously. Mrs. Yeater. Wow. Yeah, I agree with you, Akira. Honestly, I like, you know, just laughing it off and like, you know, kind of laughing with you guys when I make these mistakes. So yeah, I'll never take that stuff as offense. Really. Like, unless it's like really seriously, like, you know, hot-headed negativeness and just very blatant. But that would probably be like, I've never seen that yet. So honestly, everything so far has been pretty tame. So, So this has turned into an award ceremony now.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Appreciate what? Their tomfoolery? You know this is just a daily occurrence, right? I know, but it's still refreshing to see right now. It's easy to get depressed in a hospital. This isn't the most comfortable places after all. Last night was pretty rough for me, so this is definitely a nice change of pace.
I'd have spent the night here if I knew. I really should have come if I knew. Alright, some advice from... Oh, this is a new person, I think. Kira? I'm just gonna say Kira because I'm not sure if it's Koen. Is like how you pronounce that first part of the name? Koen Zakira? Koen Zakira? Yeah, I don't know, I can't try. So, what Kira said is take steps and time and practice. You have all the time in the world to become what you want. Send in the positive vibes. I see what you're doing there, man. Oh, Cohen. Okay, close enough. But yeah, honestly, that's what these are. Especially doing it live. Like, yeah, you're not gonna get the best chance of doing this like repeatedly, but even if I'm doing a game off stream or reading something off stream, you know, I could just keep reading and practicing, and that's what I've done for like the past few months. If I'm reading a book or reading something for school, like I'll try and practice on my voices for it, and yeah, just work on that. Just level up your speech, no problem. Is that how Mafia works? Yeah, but it's just reps basically, and doing the right reps over and over again. So just working on like getting that line right. Like if you stutter, then just going back and going, okay, let me say that line again. I'm guilty of skipping that, but yeah. From day one to now, it's like, oh god, such a difference between my first episode of Tennis Ace, which is my first video for this channel, and today. Or should I say my first video of the modern Dirk the Red Panda era. I made one video, I can't find it on my computer anymore. I think I lost it, but there's one where I was back in the day when I was Dirk the Wolf, and I had like 5 pop songs. I tried to review them, kind of like, if anybody knows who Todd the Shadows is, kind of like that, where it's like I reviewed each song and just gave my kind of 2 cents on each of them. And I'd do like, you know, 5 pop songs, kind of like what he would do. But then the difference I'd make was like, I'd maybe give like a score at the end or something like that. I forgot what I did, but I wish I could get that on the Wayback Machine, but I really can't find it. I don't think it got saved or archived. It's a bummer, but sometimes it's just how it be. My life is a vacuum. Oh, don't say that, Jaro. You got us here. Basically level 100 boss. Amen to that. Ugh, I'll keep saying messed up stuff in French. You asked for it. Don't you dare question my logic. You'll help me with my Victor impressions then. You'll help me with my Victor accent or whatever I'm giving him. Trying to give him that French accent, but hey, more practice for me. So, yeah, back to the reading before I get any more distracted. I'd have spent the night here if I knew. I really should have come if I knew. Nah, don't worry about that. Really, it is enough. See, take 2. Really, it's enough that you guys are here now. That's all that matters to me. Thanks. Of course we're here. Like we'd abandoned one of our own. You're stuck with us now. Better get used to it. I don't mind that at all. By the way, Nico-kun brought you a gift. Really? What, Saya-chan, don't just put me on the spot out of nowhere. Oh, please. You were already going to give him this even before he got put in the hospital. Don't wuss out now. You're way too blunt sometimes. You were gonna give me something? Before I got sent to the hospital? Oh, he's blushing. Kinda, not really, but he's so... I can't describe the word, but he's loving this. He is eating this up. So, yeah, I put together a care package for you. I was gonna give it to you on the day you had your accident. I was going over to bring it to you when I found you. No way. Now he's blushing. Here, it's nothing grand. Judging from the other things you've got on the table, you probably already got a ton of good stuff, but... Well, I put this together because I worried about you. Oh, so cute. Why's it gotta be like this? It's some of your favorite sweets and vitamin pills. And some vitamin pills. It's some of your favorite sweets and some vitamin pills. Nico-san. Thank you, Nico-san. There it is again. The feels. They're coming back. It's no big deal. You're blushing. Shut up. Huh? Jun rummages through the little basket that I've given him. From inside it, he pulls out a small keychain. Oh, there it is. It's that magic keychain. Oh, what's this? Oh, right. I saw it in one of the stores I went to while I was buying stuff for your care package. I kind of thought of you when I saw it, so I decided to buy it. Oh, that's so cute. Sorry, was that too corny? Yeah, it was. Probably the sappiest thing I've ever seen. I'm embarrassed for you. You guys are the worst! Don't worry about them, Nico-san. I love it. Really? Oh, it's so cute. Why is this such a precious moment? Ah, love it. Yeah, it's really cute. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. And it's gone. Oh god, this is so sweet. I think I'm gonna throw up. You really are an ass. Of course I am. Isn't that why you love me? Oh my god, that makes me think of the fan art of Keisuke and Shuichi. If anybody has seen Basket's Twitter profile, he retweeted it. Somebody made fan art. I forget who it was, but you can look through his Twitter page and he gives credit to them, but they ended up doing a picture of Shuichi just on top of Keisuke, like, Keisuke was like, why you like this, or something like that, and he's like, because you love me. Oh, it was so perfect. You guys gotta see it for the full effect, but it was great. No comments. In the stars we go. We stayed with Jun and chatted up until visitation hours ended. I walked back home with Shuichi at the end of the day, thinking about everything that's happened lately. For some reason, I feel a creeping sense of dread in the back of my mind. Well, I guess we're back to the grinder today. Again. This is it. The last character select day. We gonna do it, boys. May even have time to do day 13, possibly. I may just go through all the days if I have that time. Like, I may have enough time. I decided to get up a little earlier than normal to visit Jun in the hospital. But first, let me save. I feel a bit poopy for having woken up at the time I'm not used to it, but I consider it a worthy sacrifice if it means I can brighten his day even just a little. Somebody mentioned that, like Basket was like, why did I use the word poopy or whatever? Like, I sound like a child or whatever. I forgot about that line.
Yeah. I would say I feel crappy or something like that. I think Poopy's a little dumbed down. Oh, there they are, June's parents. Wait, is that June? I see him walking out of the hospital with his parents. Nico-san. Good morning. What are you two doing, or what are you doing out here? I got discharged this morning, so my parents are taking me home. Ah, Mishimaya-kun, it's a pleasure to meet you again. Say, I saw your match at the prefectural finals and I was really amazed by. Dear, we really don't have to talk for this we don't have time for this right now. Oh, right. Aw. It's like a good-looking dad though, like let's be honest. He looks pretty fine for a dad. But, it's like he's so obsessive. It's weird. It's good to see you again too, sir. June's dad is just as intense as the first time I met him. Can we please talk about something less embarrassing? June was actually there for the game, man. I love how just like his dad's like super obsessed with this stuff, but June's the one that actually showed up for a prefectural tournament and stuff. Like it'd be so funny if like the TV was just like the camera or whatever was like panning through the game, and then it's like goes from like Nico to like June in the audience and like the whole gang there, and then his dad's like, wait, that's my son. I'm so proud of him. Oh, it'd be so nice. Imagine going to a convention and seeing someone cosplayed as you. That would be lit. I would love that idea. Like, I mean, even not saying like even for my character, but just to see any one of these characters just like cosplayed or whatever. I would love to see that. It'd be really cool. I'm too short though to do a Shuichi cosplay. I could probably do I don't know, could I do Keisuke? I mean, it's like I'm his height and maybe his stature and kind of his voice for it, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I could pull off Keisuke. I mean, I don't think I'd even be able to pull off like a full like suit or whatever costume. Like maybe just like the ears and the clothing outfit. You know, some level of it. Who would cosplay as June here? I want to see that. So, oh, sweetie, are you embarrassed by us? Of course I am. Of course, just like me. Blunt. You really don't mince words sometimes. Why would I? Wait, they're smiling? And laughing? I thought they'd be offended by his response, but they like it? What a weird family. By the way, Nico-san, what are you doing here? I wanted to check up on you before I went to school. Oh, thanks for worrying about me, but as you can see, I'm perfectly fine now. And the wound on your head is completely healed? Or already healed? Either way. Yep, it was a pretty minor cut, so it healed in no time. The doctor also said that there's no sign of concussion, so I'm free to go. That's great. I'm glad nothing bad happened. Mom, Dad, Nico-san was the one who found me when I collapsed and called for help. You didn't call for help. I was the one who called for help. Come on, get your facts straight. He's the reason I got treatment so fast. Oh, is that so? I didn't know that. We're really in your debt. Who knows what would have happened if you hadn't found him? Just a few more minutes and his heart might have not recovered. His heart? Don't mind them. Dad just thinks that because I bled a little, my heart was going to stop beating. I already told him that it wasn't nearly enough blood to cause any serious problems, but he won't listen. I don't know. It certainly looked like a lot of blood to me at the time. It wasn't really that bad. If it were, I wouldn't be getting discharged already. I guess you're right. Are you gonna play through TJ's route? Decker Link has played through it. I think Decker Link has been the only one that's played through it. I played through it personally on my own, but I think Decker did it, and I think maybe Vlad who did it. Vlad, like the guy who keeps popping up in our channel here. I think he may have left, but yeah, like he did Leo's route too. Both of them did, but yeah, I don't think I'll be doing it anytime soon because I'm way too far into it that I don't need to like restart it again. Even though June's, I felt like I had enough time to let that settle. TJ's, it's like, that was pretty recent. That stuck in my head. I think that was like a month ago. So yeah, probably not gonna do that route. Still waiting for Jenna though. Maybe I'll do that again. Like I really hope that will get updated soon. So, well, thank you very much for taking such good care of our son, Mishimaya-kun. We truly are grateful for your help. What? It was nothing. I'm just happy to help him. He's a good friend. See, I told you, Nico-san is a really good person. No, that's not really a big deal. It is to us. Either way, if you'll forgive us, we have to take June back home. Just to be careful, we'll keep him at home for a few days to keep an eye on him. He should be back in school in no time, though. Mom, I already told you that it's unnecessary. You can't fault your mother for worrying, June. I guess not. Of course. See ya. And they're gone. Why do I still have this awful feeling in my chest? Hey, we made it, guys. Day 13. We'll keep going, I think. We have more than enough time. So that was the entirety of the character select days, so let me just check it's there. My OCD. Why did he say friend? Thinking they're more than friends. Come on. Don't be so assumptuous or assuming. I can't English today. Sorry, I'm just like really thirsty. I haven't. Oh, did I drink? I think I may have had a sip during the stream, but I didn't really take much of a water break. Your voice gets dry after doing this for so long. Back to the reading. Today, I've been called here to this cafe by a friend. He's noticed how stressed I've been lately and decided to try and help de-stress. I have to say, I truly appreciate the thought. We've only been here for a little while, and I have to say that I definitely feel better. Who knew talking could be so therapeutic? Nico, are you even paying attention to what I'm saying? Oh, sorry, what? Oh, he's such a big boy. Why did I get so thirsty there? I love how Mr. Fluffy said thirsty from when I was drinking water, and then I just got super thirsty right now as I read it. Thirsty in that other way, though. Claire de Lune. I feel like he does. At least I feel like he will. I'm not sure. I don't know piano songs, but I swear somebody mentioned that somewhere. So, oh, sorry, what? Geez, here you go again, spacing out. It's like you were 1,000 miles away. Sorry. I guess I was just a little lost in thought. No kidding. Yes, Shuichi was the one to invite me here. He called me early this morning and asked me if I'd like to meet him here for lunch. I was a little skeptical of the idea, but now I'm glad that I came. Okay, I'm back now. What were you saying again?
Are you sure? I don't really feel like talking to a wall again. It's not gonna happen again, I swear. If you say so, then I guess it's okay. Anyway, I was asking how your class's preparations for the festival were going. It's already right around the corner. It was kind of a mess at first. No one could really agree on anything. Sorry, do that to the side. In the end, everyone decided to open a little restaurant. Gin insisted on the idea, and since we had nothing better planned, we went with it. What kind of food will you guys be serving? I think it was supposed to be Szechuan cuisine, but I don't remember now. I just know that it was supposed to be traditional Chinese food. You'll have to ask Gin for more details. If it's him, then I'm sure it'll be okay. That guy's knowledge of food can put critics to shame. He certainly is no regular glutton. Calling him a glutton is a little insensitive, though. Oh, come on, it's not like he's here to hear it. You really can be mean when people aren't listening, huh? What? I'm not mean. Don't worry, I'm just yanking your chain. Is that so? I can't even tell anymore. Since you guys will be working on a restaurant, does that mean I'll get to see you in an apron? Shuichi's gay is coming out a little. In your dreams, I bailed out on it as fast as I could. I'm helping with the decor, organization, and shopping, and that's it. Oh, must you trample on my dreams like that? I feel so sad now. Low-key, I feel like this would fit in Shuichi's route too. I just want to hug the poor guy. Don't give me the puppy dog eyes now. Busted, huh? With a lighthearted conversation like this, it's hard to believe the kinds of things that have been happening lately. It's hard to believe the kinds of things that have been happening lately. In fact, just thinking about it already gives me a sinking feeling in my chest. But I promised Shuichi that we'd have some fun today, so I don't want to let anything get in the way. Welcome, sir. We are full at the moment, but if you'll be patient... Oh man, I think I said something else. Welcome, sir. We are full at the moment, but if you'll be patient, a table should clear out for you in a few minutes. Since we were so close to the entrance, it's hard to not hear when someone walks in. By the way, hey, or no, that's somebody else. Hey, aren't you... Oh, it's the lion guy. It's Akutagawa. Our man's back. Oh, that's his last name. We'll call him Shinji. I like that name. You're the guy that was with Kobayashi back at the piano competition. I don't remember the voice I gave him. Whatever. It's not like day 9 and 13 are that close anyway. This lion walks right up to us, interrupting our conversation. You know this guy, Nico? Well, you should know him too, come on, you remember him from the piano competition. It don't matter, but I do remember though. Yeah, I met him when June and I were waiting for you guys back at the piano competition. Come to think of it, he even talked to us after the competition was over, and I'm pretty sure you were with us. Don't you remember? You really expect me to remember someone I saw over a month ago? If anything, I'm surprised you'd remember. My memory isn't that bad. You don't need to be so surprised. The lion looks between the two of us with a smile on his face. Your name? Akutagawa, right? Sorry if I got it wrong. I'm not really good with names. Same here. It's alright. And you remembered it correctly. To be honest, I never introduced myself when we met, so you even knowing my name at all is already surprising. It's hard to forget a guy who delivers a full-blown villain speech in broad daylight. full-blown villain speech? I will make sure the name Shinji Akutagawa is the one you'll never forget. It was something like that. Huh? You remember that? Forget it. Forget it right this instant. No way. He really said that? Shut up. Just forget I ever said anything like that. Sorry. Asking me to forget that scene is a little... I don't even want to say the word impossible, but no better word comes to my mind. Gah. Well, either way, it's good to meet an acquaintance of Jun's. My name is Shuichi Urata. We go to the same school. And I'm Nico Mishimaya. I sit next to Jun in class. It's a pleasure to meet you. To be honest, I didn't know Kobayashi had any friends outside of the competitors we knew as children. Why is that? Well, I might be a bit biased since I never got to see how he acted out of the competitions, but he was always very focused and withdrawn. He didn't goof around much like the rest of us did. I'd certainly expect to see a bunch of children goofing off, even if they're facing against each other in a competition. It's not that different from the tennis tournaments in that sense. The children's tournaments are a lot more relaxed. Right, but he never really mingled with us, so I just thought he wasn't the type of person to have any friends. That doesn't sound at all like the Jun we know. Yeah, saying that he's a goofball would probably be putting it lightly. True. By the way, isn't he with you guys right now? Sorry. By the way, isn't he with you guys right now? Nah, he's on bed rest right now. He was actually in the hospital up until a few days ago. The lion's eyes immediately go wide in shock. What? No way. Don't tell me it happened again. Again? What happened again? Did something happen to him before? As soon as he sees the look on my face, Akutagawa looks away from me. It's nothing. Forget you said anything? It's a little late for that, isn't it? What are you talking about? Nico, that's enough. What do you mean that's enough? Aren't you the least bit curious about this? He basically just said that Jun was in the hospital before too. We all know Kobayashi has a frail health. Would it really be all that surprising for him to have visited a doctor before? Don't play that game with me. We both know when someone else sees that a person was in the hospital, that means they were admitted to it, not just getting a checkup. Even so, whether that's true or not, don't you think that's up to Jun to tell us? You shouldn't go prying into other people's pasts. But that bad feeling I've been having up to now returns with force. Akutagawa-san, won't you please tell me what you meant by that again comment? It's really not my place. So you're saying that he was admitted to a hospital once before? Nico. That's Shuichi. There are people staring at us, man. Let it go already. When I look up around us, I see the people in the other surrounding tables all staring at us. Crap. You really don't think sometimes. How am I supposed to think? So Jun has been in a hospital before? Now I have a ton of questions swimming in my mind. I'm sorry, I really shouldn't have said anything. Don't worry about it, you didn't know. Why was he admitted to the hospital if you don't mind telling us? Or telling me? He tripped during practice and hit his head on the corner of the piano. There was a little bleeding, but it wasn't all that serious. He was in and out of the hospital in very little time. Ah, I see. Sir, we have a table open for you now. one of the staff members calls out to Akutagawa. "Oh, thank you very much. I'll be right there." The lion turns to us again. Do tell Kobayashi that I send him my best regards and hope he'll be well, okay?" "Of course." Once Akutagawa leaves, the two of us fall completely silent. Wait a minute, is this the same restaurant where it's like you play the piano and then you get like a free dessert or something? I would love to see Akutagawa play the piano now. I can see the gears in your head turning, you know. Silence, huh? I guess your good mood is ruined no matter how I look at it, right? Sorry. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with being worried about a friend. In fact, it's a good thing. Just make sure you don't let it completely eat you up from the inside. Well, we've already finished eating anyway. Would you like to just call it early quits and head home? You'd be okay with that? What the hell do you take me for? You'd think I'd be mad if you weren't feeling up to it anymore? I'm more worried about how you feel than about a little failed hangout. I see. Then, I guess I'm gonna head home after all. Alright, let me just get the check so we can be on our way. We walk out into the streets. The crowd that comes with rush hour had just begun to die down, but it was still full of people everywhere. Well, I guess I'm gonna take this opportunity to go grocery shopping. I have to start stocking on the foods my dad likes to eat now after all. Sorry for cutting our time together short. Don't be ridiculous. I'm the one who offended it. Or, I'm the one who offered it. Don't be ridiculous. I'm the one who offered it. Tell June I said hi, okay? Huh? You heard what I said. See ya. So he knew I wanted to go see June? Or so he knew I wanted to go see June, huh? He could have just said so from the start. Idiots. It might be bad for me to just show up to ask him stuff from his past out of the blue. Maybe I should bring some sort of gift with me. Great, now I've started talking to myself. Not again. June, darling, you have a visitor. A visitor? Nico-san. Heya. What are you doing here? Well, can't I want to check up on a friend? You can, but that's the kind of thing you usually warn people about beforehand. Sorry, am I getting in the way of something? No, of course not. I'm just surprised you dropped by, that's all. Ah, I see. Take care, Akira. So, yeah, sorry, I decided to take my headphone out for a second. Shinji's the type of guy who would have a song written about him. I don't know, I'm just thinking about Lion King songs because of that. Like this artist, I forgot to pronounce her name. What is it, like Naira or something like that? I think it's Naira. But yeah, I think it's like Naira, the artist of this game, does a lot of like Lion King related fan art and draws a lot of like Lion King, not even just Lion King, but it just draws a lot of lions in her repertoire. So I wouldn't be too surprised. like that's what made me think about that for Shinji, because it's like, we've only seen one line in this entire novel so far. And I'm like, come on, I've seen your DeviantArt. You draw a lot of lions, and I'd be down to see more lions in this novel. Go nudge Basket Case for more lion characters, will ya? Oh goodness, what am I saying? Oh my, what the hell, Jaro? This is so sad, Alexa. Play Friday. What has even gone with this chat? Like, what's even happening with this chat? Yeah, you guys are funny. Nico's putting himself in the friend zone. How sad. Don't worry. I think things will get better. I think. Waiting for the next update. We gotta grind through this. So, I see. Are you alright? Of course I'm alright. Why do you ask? I guess I just got a feeling. I'm hooked on a feeling. Feeling. Wondering where the lines are. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't remember watching Lion King ever, really. I don't think I ever watched it in its entirety, or I may have done when I was like really, really, really young, so I don't really remember anything from Lion King other than Be Prepared and Hakuna Matata, obviously, but oh, and It's Great to Be King. It's like I only know those 3 songs. So, yeah. What's with you showing up all of a sudden and looking a bit down? I just got the feeling that something was up. He really is more perceptive than I give him credit for. It's alright. You don't have to worry about me. If you say so. Well, since you're already here, why don't we sit down and chat for a bit? What's the plastic bag you got with you? Oh, right. Here, I brought these for you. It's some of your favorite sweets and a few savory snacks. Why did I do that? What is wrong with me? Like, I brought some other snacks too. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, and Circle of Life. How did I forget Circle of Life? Now, like, I remember Circle of Life. I was like, how did I forget mentioning that? But, yeah, that's the other one we did. Or the other one I did recall remembering. So, oh, I see. You brought me more stuff. What's with that face that says you don't like what you see? No, it's not that. It's just, you've been doing so much for me lately. It makes me feel guilty. Guilty? What do you, like, why would it make you feel guilty? I mean, I can't really do anything for you in return, right? I don't really have any money to spare, so I can't buy you your favorite snacks or give you a present like that keychain. Even if it's something cheap, I still can't do it. Who says you have to give me anything in return? Huh? I'm just doing this because I want to. Don't think too much about it. We are thinking a lot about it here. Nika-san, you're kinda cute when you're embarrassed. Just shut up and take the bag already. Okay. Ooh, cheese crackers. Oh yeah, I just picked them up on the grocery store on a whim. You like them? Yeah, I love cheese almost as much as I love sweets. Oof, I feel you there, June. Fist bump to that. Like, I go to like Chipotle or whatever, and it's like, I love it when they load the cheese on there. Like, a friend told me that's like, oh, it's just mozzarella, just your average run-of-the-mill mozzarella, but any kind of cheese like that. Parmesan, Swiss, American, yeah, your mozzarella, provolone, blue cheese. I honestly love like every cheese. The one cheese I don't like on the burger is cheddar, or like your basic, you know, kind of American cheese that's like more orange in color. It's weird, like I'll do Swiss cheese or provolone on a hamburger, but then I won't do your plain old cheddar cheese. I'm so weird like that. Like, it just doesn't do it for me. Kamari, I know what you said. I'm not gonna say it here. But you're probably right. That's great then. June puts the bag on top of his desk, tucking it away into a corner. You're not gonna eat it? Not while I have a guest over. That would be impolite. I never took you for the kind of person to worry about politeness. Seriously, what kind of person do you take me for? An adorable airhead with questionable common sense? Wait, did I just call another guy adorable? Crap, crap, crap. No going back now. Never mind. You just thought of something bad, didn't you? No way. Well, never mind that. What would you like to do? Quick to switch gears as always. I swear, sometimes the things he says aren't good for my heart. And it's not good for his either. Let me recompose myself for a bit. Huh? Recompose yourself? What do you mean? Not everyone is as quick to switch gears like you, you know? Switch gears? He's hopeless. And I don't know why I'm surprised. By the way, what have you been doing for the past few days that you've been cooped up here? Well, I haven't been allowed to touch the piano, so I've just... Wait, you can't play the piano? Why? What would be the problem with that? Oh. I guess they just don't want me to move around too much. He's a terrible liar. But the question is, even if I know he's lying, should I let him know that I know? Oh no. Let me just say, I don't remember if there's a decision here, but just in case. There's no telling how he might react if I ask for clarification. Press further or let it go. I think letting it go is the best idea. How you guys feel about it? I'm just gonna ask for your input, but I feel like we should let it go. Because that's what I did last time, I think. I don't think anything bad's happened out of that yet, so... Weird gang. We are the weird gang. Since Nico doesn't know he's gay, it's possible that Tennis Ace is devoid of sex like Echo. Reyes, some of the things in Echo and some of the things in Tennis Ace, like some of the roots are romantic or sexual in both those. But yeah, like TJ's root in Echo is definitely very... I think platonic's the right word for it. If it's very like platonic and like not romantic or not sexualized or anything like that. Like it's never like very overt with that stuff. And June so far is like that, but you still are getting feelings for him. Like it's only a one-way street. I think that's what differs with June's and then TJ's roots. June, it's like you could see it going further. Like, you know, oh, eventually something's gonna happen. TJ's, as far as we know, Lord knows if that'll ever happen. Like, right now, it looks like it won't. Ever. Yeah, everybody is saying let it go, except for one person. Further, daddy, further. It's kind of even, but... I think more people said let it go, though. Hi, Tushman. So, yeah, I'm just gonna say let it go and save it as a new option. Like, that's what I'll do for now. So, let it go. No, as much as I want to know what's going on, I also remember how angry he can get when pushed. Shuichi said himself, I shouldn't pry too much. Ugh, being reasonable sucks. Well, I guess that's kind of a valid reason. It really isn't. Yeah, it's a bit unreasonable, isn't it? If you haven't been able to play the piano, what have you been up to recently? Mostly just playing games and doing some light reading. Sora-kun actually loaned me a couple of games before I got discharged from the hospital, so I've at least had something to do. Other than that, Ayako-san has been dropping by some notes and the homework I need to do to keep up with our classes. What's with that surprised look on your face?
No, it's nothing. I totally forgot to take notes for him. That's something I could have been helping with. I totally forgot to take notes for him. That's something I could have been doing to help. Sorry.
Huh? What for?
For being an idiot. Never mind that. What kinds of games have you been playing?
Well, Sora-kun brought me a lot of stuff to play with. Other than the occasional sports title, it was mostly fantasy games and RPGs.
Oh, that's right up your alley then.
Yep. I've only tried 2 so far because, well, RPGs aren't the kind of game you can clear that quickly.
Kinda like this, or kinda like Notes of Hearts, for anybody who's watched that. I think I'll continue that after I finish June's stuff right now, or over the next week. I'll try and interchange them as much as I can. But once I'm done with June's stuff, it seems like all I'll have is Notes of Hearts available. So I'll probably just be playing through that. And then After Class should eventually get updated with Gil's Day 4. Not Gil's, Lars's Day 4. Jeez, it's been forever since I've done that. But yeah, I'll be doing like Lars's Day 4 and yeah, trying to think what else. Hasty Night is supposedly like coming along pretty quickly. Like Sandra said that their chapter 3 has one of the routes almost completely done, which that sounds pretty cool. Like seems like it's halfway there. Yeah, I could talk about that after the video. We gotta get through day 13 first.
I've only tried 2 so far because, well, RPGs aren't the kind of game you can clear that quickly. Still, I've been having a lot of fun.
Any titles I might know?
Well, they're both games from the they're both games for the Ninmax 2S Portable. Do you have it?
Come on, the Ninmax. Nintendo 2DS Portable. Wow, that is a stretch. That is a long stretch for a Nintendo 2DS. Wow. No. I went with Senben's PBS when I picked up the latest generation of portables. The Sony PlayStation? Man, these are such interesting names he's come up with. Takes one to know one. Isn't it cross-platform compatible?
These two aren't.
Well, bummer, I guess. Still, I'm glad glad you have at least been having fun. My chat is so far behind. PBS. Oh no, I'm assuming my video's really far behind. Because I'm looking at the stream up here right now, and it's like, you guys are still on me saying, isn't it cross-platform compatible? And I think I'm like 3 lines ahead. That's just how it be. The stream health is on yellow right now. Sorry, I've been trying to keep it as little other stuff going on in the background as possible, so yeah, I've been trying to keep this as healthy as we can for the stream. So at least you've been having fun, man.
Thank you.
Oh, and I just remembered. Shuichi asked me to say hi for you, or hi to you.
Is that so? How is Shuichi-san doing?
A bit stressed from working on the school festival, but otherwise pretty okay. We actually got together this morning and went to a cafe.
Sounds fun. I wish I could have been there. Wait, if Shuichi-san was with you, then why didn't he come over too?
Oh, bye, Fluffy. That's too bad. have fun with your stuff to do. He had other things he needed to get done. Just like Mr. Fluffy. If I remember correctly, he said he needed to go grocery shopping to pick up the things his father likes. Oh yeah, he did mention his dad was coming to town. He even asked for my help organizing a welcome home party, but that idea was a bust. Oof. I remember for Shuichi's route, we went through with this all, and then Keisuke's never mentioned it. That's so sad to hear in June's route that it just fell through. I feel so bad now. That's the tough part about these routes. It's like you want to do all 3 things, but you can't do them all. Like, you can't do Shuichi's coming home party and then do, it's like, if you do Shuichi's coming home party, you don't get to meet Alex and all those people that are Keisuke's family and servants and all, and you also don't get to meet June's parents again or anything like that, or really see anything with him about going to the hospital. And then with Keisuke's route, it's like, you don't, if you go to his mansion and stuff, you don't get to help Shuichi with his coming home party and stuff and knowing about his dad. And then you also don't get to know about June's, kind of problems with that too, and his stress. And then doing June's thing, it's like, you don't get to know about Keisuke's family problems and Shuichi's dad issues. It's like, it's so tough to see. Like, you see all 3 of them and go, I'm glad I played all of them. But if you only play one, you feel bad that you're missing out on these other characters' like development. It sucks to know, because like, you sit there playing one route and going, I wish I could have developed those other 2 things in this route, but you can't. That's just how the routes work. It's annoying, but I just hope that at least one or at least hope all these routes, or at least one somehow can like tie things together and things don't just go kaput for everybody else. Like, oh, June gets like a lot of development, but Shuichi and Keisuke just don't get really any development and just have a bunch of problems in the end. And vice versa for the other routes. I think Yukikuki played a game like, it was like the baseball game he played, like the one where it was like, kind of like a Bara, I think, a Bara related story, not role playing, like a dating sim about playing baseball or something like that. Forgot what it was called, but that's what happened. It was like you chose between like 2 characters. One character would be successful with their like romantic encounters and all, and they get a happy ending, and then the other character gets a completely sad ending for his thing and ends up getting expelled. And then it's like the other way around. I'm assuming the opposite happens, or at least it seems like that's what would happen from not pursuing this other guy. But then this other character ends up getting forced into a relationship he doesn't want to be in, but then you're more helping with this other character with his school problems. It's like, when that happens, when it's like, oh, I invest my time into one character, but the other character has a complete crap ending and everything's terrible for him. It's like, why can't we just at least help a little in these routes? Like, it just felt very extreme with that game. This game doesn't seem like that. It seems like even though they'll have like problems or stuff behind the scenes for each of these routes, it doesn't seem like everything's just gonna go kaput or crash by doing these other routes. Or at least I hope not. Well, what about Yuki Cookies? I'm assuming you're talking about the baseball game that I was telling you about, like, that he played. I don't know the name of it, but I remember there was like a little mini game in it where it's like you have to pitch the ball and hit it with like timing and stuff. But yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that's what you're talking about. What about you? Oh my god, you guys are trying to be an army? Stop it. Stop it. Don't attack people. No. Bad chat. Bad chat. Oh my god. You guys should not do anything crazy. Like, don't go and
you know, wreck other people's channels or like, you know, smack talk or hate, extensively hate and like belittle other people. Like right now, it's just, you know, I just want to keep like good vibes with each of these channels, support whatever channels you want and stuff. You shouldn't have an oath to one channel and be like they're loyal, like, you know, we're gonna be an army fan base that takes down other groups. I ain't like that. Oh god, what have I done? So back to the story. Shuichi's party unfortunately was a bust. Bummer. How come? Oh, we get to have a reason. I couldn't convince him not to cook. Oh my god. No. No. Did this really happen? Oh. Those poor guests. They never even saw it coming. Oh my god. We still had the party, but we didn't cook. That's the only difference. Oh, that's the worst. Like, the whole party was set up and stuff, and he still tried to cook. Oh no. I feel so bad for him. Let us not speak further of the dead. There is nothing we can do to bring them back. Nika-san, I know you're kidding, but you're kinda scaring me. Is that so? Sorry, I guess I got too into that joke. Still, I imagine that party can't have been pleasant. Oh dear god, I can imagine his dad too being like really pissed and disappointed in his son for doing this. Oh god. I feel so terrible now, like, this is only gonna make his dad relations even worse. Ah! Why can't we appease everybody? I wish there was a super route. I'm still surprised Takahiko-san didn't yell at him or anything. Oh, phew. But I bet there's internal disappointment. I guess the shock was too great. Maybe he just didn't want to hurt Shuichi's feelings. Oh, he does that very verbally and mentally. Shuichi gave an entire room full of people food poisoning. Oh, hell no. Pretty sure he was past the point of caring about feelings. Yeah. Oh no. It's a good thing Shuichi's sister showed up. She managed to get him out of the house before the disaster rolled out, so he didn't even get to see it. Oh my goodness, you're so mean. Yeah, that's so terrible. Like, he cooks for them, does a terrible job, and then his sister is like, okay, let's go outside and hang out and talk, and let's just take a walk around the neighborhood. And then all of this happens. That is horrible. Dang. Talk about a horrible party. The more I read into this and more that I'm very caring for Shuichi's route, the more it sounds terrible for this alternate universe where we don't cook for it. My goodness. Wait, so Shuichi-san doesn't know what happened? Oh my god, you should have left him there for it. Made him learn. That's the frustrating part about this. Come on, let the poor guy know. No, Hithaka sent him shopping for last-minute preparations, and all the guests left before he got back. Oh god. She then threatened me so I wouldn't tell Shuichi. I'm not sure if I should call him lucky or not. He's lucky. It's the people eating his food that aren't. Right. Did I miss anything else for these days? Or did I miss anything else for those days I've been absent? What about Keisuke-san or Mizuguchi-san? There's not much to tell. Saya has been taking more shifts than usual to save up for a new phone. Oh, rip. As for Keisuke, all I know is that he's spending more time with that band he joined. Since there's no more tennis club practices for a while yet, I haven't seen much of him. Oh, it sucks. Actually, no. Well, it kind of does and doesn't. I feel like he's gonna be doing practices with him, his parents will find out, and then they'll try and get him disbanded with it, and then they'll be super forceful, and he'll get taken away behind the scenes from the band, and we won't know from our perspective. That's what I'm guessing, but it's good for Keisuke that he's still doing the band thing, but it sucks that we don't get to see him much anymore. It's too bad he doesn't open up about that. Jaro, stop it. Gotta retract that comment. That's kinda sad. We're not his only friends after all. Sorry for turning your chat into a cult. Praising Jaro. Oh my god, I thought you guys were like making me your leader or something crazy like that, but oh my goodness, Jaro being a leader of a cult. That would be insane. I would be kind of scared to see what would turn of that. We're not even a cult, but just like a band of people behind Jaro. Just seems like it's gonna be something that's just gonna lay it out on people. Holy goodness. Holy crap. But yeah, I know it's all in good fun. So back to the story. We're not his only friends after all. Plus, we want to avoid scheduling any group hangouts until you're back on your feet and you can come with us. What? I really appreciate the thought, but you guys don't have to stop having fun just because I'm not around. Don't be ridiculous. How many times do I have to tell you you're a member of this group? The fun is in having everyone hanging out together. Oh, bye, Shy. I feel you there, though. Now he's blushing? Looks like someone is happy to hear that. I didn't say anything. You don't have to. One look at your face was enough to tell me what you're feeling. Am I that obvious? To say you wear your emotions on your sleeve would be an understatement. Gah. It's not a bad thing. You're easy to talk to because of it. Really? Of course. It also makes teasing you a lot more fun, but you know, I'm not gonna bring that up. It really makes what that guy said sound really strange when I think about it. What guy? Oh, nothing. I'm just thinking out loud. Wait, why am I even hiding this? What would be the harm in telling him we met at Akutagawa anyway? Well, actually, Shuichi and I met someone at the cafe, and he kind of told us about your past. What? Who? What did he say? Shinji Akutagawa, that lion guy from your competition. What? Really? Yeah, he told us you used to be really withdrawn as a kid. So much so he didn't even think you had friends at all. I just thought that this description really didn't sound like you. It's kinda true. Really? Yeah, at least where the competitions were concerned. I never really talked to the other kids. I used to be really competitive when I was a kid, so... Sorry? I refused to mingle with the competition. Pretty petty, huh? June, I was just like you as a kid. I was like flat out just like all about sports, all about competitions, all about making everything into a game. And then I hit high school and didn't really get the results I wanted and just didn't really get much playing time per se with my club and sports. And as a result, that kind of just faded out for me a little bit, and I'm not really that competitive anymore unless it comes to like the game, like during game time. But yeah, I'm not like 24/7 competitive like I ever used to be as a kid. It's kind of relatable, like you don't really get that shot. You kind of learn to just be content with your life and just be more okay with just having relaxing things. So I would have never guessed. Everyone has a past after all. Plus, it's been over 7 years since that time and I was a kid. Of course I matured a lot since then. You did? Why do you sound so surprised? Me? Surprised? You must be imagining things. Crap, I just blurted out what came to my mind without thinking. Well, the important thing is that you're a different person now and you can get along with the other competitors now, right? I'm not letting that little comment go that easily. Gah. I think I'm in need of rescuing just about now. Letting what go? I have no idea what you're talking about. Gah. Stop glaring at me like that. I got the message. I always sucked, so I've never been competitive. Oh, don't say that, Reyes. You can mingle with people here. That's kind of part of the reason with these chats and stuff. Like, this is a good place to, you know, kind of get to know people then and, like, you know, hit them up on Twitter, talk to them more. Things like that where it's like, this will give you an opportunity to mingle with people and kind of socialize more. So, yeah. Things are all good. You don't have to be competitive, like, you know, to have a good life. You don't have to be, like, super over the top, you know, I must win everything. I don't like that vibe, because then you get burnt out way easier when something doesn't go your way. Oh, Doki Doki's back. My new art. Yeah, I changed it from me sitting down in my chair to me pointing at the comments. Or the chat screen, so... yeah, it's kind of fun. I'm liking it. So stop glaring at me like that. I got the message. Sorry. June, sweetie, I'm coming in. Saved by the gong. Oh my god, they made that reference twice now. Or in this case, June's mother. Are you calling her a big gong? Do you boys want to have a snack? I baked some cookies. Mom, you don't need to fret so much just because there's someone over. Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. You have so few friends. Of course I'm going to treat them with the utmost care. Gah. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Cookies sound great. Cookies sound great, Kobayashi-san. Please don't leave me alone with him until he forgets what happened. Of course it sounds great. It's cookies. Why don't you boys come to the living room and I'll bring them to you? Dirk got noodle legs. Jaro, it's a perspective change. You know how my body shrinks as it gets lower? And then it gets like shorter and thinner? I'm sorry if I sound so heated there. I meant to say, like, you know, it's a perspective thing, like from a bird's eye view type of perspective, or partial bird's eye view. So it's supposed to go from up to down, like that, where it's like it's closer to the top of my body, and it's like as if I'm looking like above to the camera. Yeah. I know. Jaro, you got me. You got me triggered. Thinner and thicker. No biggie. But, yeah. Sometimes I accidentally like sound like that sometimes. I'm working on it. I'm trying my best not to get so defensive with my voice. Whatever, back to the story. So sure. I have to admit, I never thought your mom would be the stereotype I made cookies for you kids type. I would love to have friends like that. My mom was kind of like that when I was a kid, like for a little bit, like a couple of years, and then she started working again, and then, yeah, no time for that. But man, those were some good days. Like the cookies, like, we'd always have really good snickerdoodles and sugar cookies. Those were my favorites. Ah, they were great. But yeah,
I need to get recipes for those. Like, I would get so plump off of that.
She just likes playing host to other people. We used to have visitors and dinner parties all the time when I was younger.
You don't anymore?
Not since Mom started working 2 jobs. With Dad picking up more shifts and Mom having to get a second job, they barely have any free time anymore. She just took a week off to keep an eye on me.
Why do your parents need to work so much? Do you guys have that many expenses?
That's... I really shouldn't be talking about my parents' financial situation. Sorry.
Something's weird here. It's those heart conditions. I swear it's the heart condition that's like driving up the bills. Like I said, I know somebody in real life that's like that. It's like, you know, you understand, you really sympathize for them. It makes it tough. Like, people with that where it's like, whether it's like a condition, like a disorder or disability, or a condition, things like that just really do take a sink into your bill. It's like, it's something you can't help because it's like, I need this to stay alive. I need this to, you know, keep myself healthy and not like go out of control and spiral into unhealthiness. But yeah, it just makes your economic situation feel worse. I can't imagine a small family like this living in a small house could acquire enough expenses to warrant that much work. My mom might have a better than... Oh, hold on. There we go. My headphones are on. My mom might have a better than average job, but she's still capable of supporting AtGaming without working herself to death. Well, she still works herself to death, but that's because she likes her job. She could also take things easy and she would still earn enough to support us. Still earn enough to support us. She will still earn enough to support us. Sorry, just trying to work on my reading. Isn't your father a cop? I thought cops make good money. I know somebody who's a cop. Not really, they don't. It's like middle to like lower middle, I think, in terms of the scale.
Like I said, I shouldn't be talking about their money situation. And besides that, my dad is just a low-ranking patrolman. The pay isn't all that great. Wait, how did you know my dad was a cop?
He was wearing his police cap the first time I came over, remember?
He was?
Why else would I say he was? He was also wearing it when he picked you up from the hospital.
Oh, right. He's not supposed to wear it outside when he's off shift, but he tends to forget it on.
How can you forget that you have a cap on? Actually, never mind. This is Kobayashi's family I'm talking about. If they're anything like their son, it is entirely believable. Well, his mom doesn't seem that bad, at least. She was a little enthusiastic the last time I came here, but she didn't strike me as being the eccentric man as her, or being as eccentric as her son. Or husband.
Either way, we should probably go outside already before Mom comes to fetch us. Trust me, you don't want to annoy her.
Considering all the scary women I already have in my life, I can't even muster a look of surprise to this statement. Sometimes, when I think of how Saya pretty much bosses all of us around, I start wondering whether we're all just beta males. Oof. Ugh, that thought just sends chills down my spine. I don't want to be a bunny's little toy. But would you want to be a hare's little toy? To the kitchen. Alright, I'm just gonna save this decision here.
I don't think we'll have much room to save other decisions, but that's the frustrating part. Yeah, why not? Save here. But yeah, we're gonna keep finishing day 13. I think I may have to take a slight break in day 13 when I'm done with this. So, or not day 13. I think I just need to take a break after I finish day 13, and then maybe do day 14 like after dinner or something like that. Like I said, I have a dog, gotta take him out and stuff. Don't want to leave you guys hanging for like 15 minutes while I like walk my dog around the neighborhood. So I have to admit, even though this home is small, it's very cozy. For some reason, I feel right at home here. That's not something I've ever been able to say about any place other than my own home. By the way, Nico-kun, you were telling me about how you ran into Akutagawa-kun before. Oh god, I thought he'd forgotten about it already. Is he still mad at me for that unfortunate comment? Yeah, I was. What about it? Did he say anything else? About me, I mean? Why do you ask? You're the one who brought up the fact that you bumped into him today in the first place. Of course I'm going to ask about it. I guess that's true. Man, I'm not used to seeing him looking annoyed at me. It somehow feels 10 times worse than having someone like Saya upset. Probably because I'm already used to seeing her upset. We didn't really talk for long, you know. He just bumped into us while he was waiting for a table at the cafe. It was less than 5 minutes. Oh no, Jaro's leaving. Oh, never mind. I thought you were leaving the chat, Jaro. You got me. But, Jaro, don't do that. Don't want to get a strike. We didn't really talk for that long, you know. He just bumped into us while he was waiting for a table at the cafe. It was less than 5 minutes. He still had the time to tell you about me not getting along with the other kids at that time. I suppose that's true too. Alright, sorry it took me a while. I had some trouble getting these out of the baking tray. Did you forget to line it with parchment paper again? Oh, I didn't forget. We just ran out. Not again. Again? We seem to run through rolls of parchment paper like they're candy. I suppose it's my fault. I'm always baking whenever I'm home. It helps me to relax. It's also the reason why you've gained so much weight these past few years. Dang! Whoa! Jun throwing some shade at his mom. Oof. Why you gotta do that? My mom would just slap me over the head if I said that. I understand that your parents might not have much time, but what's your excuse for not trying to exercise then? Well, that's... Didn't Jun tell you? I really hate exercising. Yeah, I already told him that. I just hate feeling sweaty and all that. Jun's mom stares at him with wide open eyes. However, as quickly as her shock came, she flashed us another smile. Well, both he and Hitaka would relate if that's true. Because Hitaka is like that too. Because Shuichi was like, couldn't you play volleyball? Like, that'd be so cool if you played volleyball. And then Hitaka was like, I am not about to sweat and do all that stuff. Like, no way. And yeah, that didn't end well. But I love how Jun's mom just looks at him as like with eyes wide open. Like, I'm thinking about that meme or whatever where it's like, I forget if it's like somebody's mom or whatever, just like turns around, just cocks their head to the side and is like, excuse me, what? Or has that expression for that. I need to look that up, but I think you guys may know what I'm talking about.
shocked mom meme? Question mark? Or I think it's surprise mom? Nah, I'm just getting different memes. That doesn't help. I don't know what it's called, but if I see it, I know. Am I gonna do day 14 on this stream? Like I said, my plan is to maybe do this after dinner and like maybe in the evening, like 7 o'clock or whatever. I know it's only like about an hour-ish for day 14 from when I last played, but I just need to get through day 13 and then I have to take my dog out and eat dinner and stuff. I gotta live my life, guys. Yeah, but yeah, sorry about that. That's kind of my scenario right now. I will be back today, I think. If I don't, I don't, but I'll send a notification on Twitter, so I'll let you guys know once I'm done with day 13 whether or not I'm gonna do day 14. But June's mom stares at him with wide open eyes. However, as quickly as her shock came in, she flashed us another smile. Yes, I suppose you would have told them already then. Would you boys like something to drink? Milk? Maybe some tea? Nico-san hates tea. It's true, I really do. Oh no, not another tea hater. Atsushi is already a handful. That's just because Dad is really whiny about it. Whiny? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Whenever Mom brews some tea, he starts complaining about how awful the house smells and how it makes him feel sick. He really sounds like a little kid throwing the tantrum. The similarities are uncanny. You shouldn't laugh like that, or you shouldn't laugh about that. You're so much like your father in many ways, you know. Please don't say that. I don't complain nearly as much as he does. Your father didn't used to complain as much as he does now either. It comes with age, darling. You're so much like your father when he was your age, it's a bit scary. No, anything but that. Oh, come on, you don't want to grow up to be like your father. God, no, he has no common sense. He does so many embarrassing things when we're out in public. That's how I feel. And the similarities continue to pile up. June's mom shoots me a knowing, amused glance, almost as if she could read my mind. I guess she really knows him even better than he knows himself, huh? Well, in that case, should I just bring you boys some milk? Of course. Milk and cookies are a match made in heaven. Well, I don't think I would go that far, but I wouldn't say no to something to drink. Sorry to inconvenience you out of the blue, ma'am. Oh, don't be silly. I love having people over. Not to mention how happy it makes me to have June's friends come visit him. I was starting to worry that he had no real friends since no one had dropped by the past few days. Oof, that sucks. To make it sound like he doesn't have any friends. Oof. Gotta bring the whole gang over here now. We gotta bring Keisuke, we gotta bring Shuichi, we gotta bring Saya, bring Victor. Heck, bring everybody. Bring the whole class over. We are all June's friends. Oh yeah, and Sora. Never forget Sora. Mom, I already told you it's nothing serious. They have no reason to come here. I told them not to come here myself. It's true. He really did tell us that we didn't need to come. Well, that is no way to treat your friends. If they're worried about you, then they have every right to visit. It's only natural. Yeah, whatever you say. I don't really know much of this woman, but damn, I like her already. I'll be right back. Is something wrong? No.
Well, since you don't do the day 14, I left. Bye-bye. Bye, Christopher. I think I'll be back in like 2 or 3 hours, so this won't be it for my streams. Be gone, hater. Where's my spray bottle? Oh my god. But yeah, like I said, I can't guarantee that I'm gonna do this later tonight, but if all things work out, I'll send a Twitter notification saying I'm gonna stream at like 7 or something, or 8. Like, it's only gonna be like an hour or so, I think. It's not that long, if I remember. So, I was just thinking some stuff over. Are you thinking about what your mom said? About you not wanting us to visit? Kinda. I didn't want to be a bother to anyone. That's why I said that. I didn't even realize that me not having visitors was upsetting her. Of course it would be. What else could she think when her son has been on bed rest for days and no one bothered to drop by to see him? I guess you're right. You don't guess I'm right. I am right. Yeah, don't get cocky. Still, your mom is pretty nice. You never really talk much about your parents, so I didn't really know what to expect. Granted, I've met her before, but I was so overwhelmed by your dad at the time that I didn't really pay much attention to your mom. Yeah, dad can go a little overboard at times. As for my mom, she's really nice. She can also be strict at times, and boy is she scary when she's angry. But most of the time, she's really sweet. It's a pretty neat change of pace. I'm not really used to talking to many parents. How come? Well, my mom is always working. She's the kind of person that you'd call in love with the job. Oof. I want to see like Nico's mom in one of these episodes. Like, come on, Basket. Make some CG of her mom. Or his mom, sorry. Make some CG of Nico's mom. Requested already. I haven't talked much to Shuichi's mom since his parents split up years ago, and well, Keisuke's entire family is kind of an unknown. Oh, you'll know in Keisuke's roots, like, that stuff is crazy. I suppose I've talked to Saya's parents quite a few times. They're mostly normal people. None of them has their daughter's temper, at least. Mizuguchi-san really is scary sometimes, isn't she? Yeah, tell me about it. Now that you mentioned it, I don't think I've ever met your mom either. Actually, I don't think I've ever been close enough friends with anyone to meet their parents. Really? Even when you were a kid? I told you, I wasn't the most sociable person. I had a few kids I was friendly with. Most of them were my classmates, but I was never the type to go out to play and whatnot. That's how I felt for a good amount of time in like high school, I think, and a little bit in college. But yeah, that's just how it be. I guess I'm also the kind of person you would call in love with the job. Although in my case, piano isn't really a job. It can be. With your skills, I'm sure you could do it. If only that were true. Oh, sorry. Acid reflux. How could this happen when it's like I ate like 6 hours ago? Or 5 hours ago, whatever it was. I ate like 5 hours ago and it's like, I still have that. Why, body, why? I can't quite put my finger on it, but I'm getting this weird vibe from June today. Is everything okay with you? For real, we haven't really talked in a couple of days. Outside of trading a few messages, at least. Yeah, I'm fine. I just hate being cooped up in here for so long. It's almost worse than the hospital. How come? I thought you'd feel better if you got to rest at home. It makes me feel like I'm an invalid. Just because of a tiny little problem, everyone is suddenly treating me like I'm made of glass. Of course, the fault is mostly with my parents, but is it so bad not wanting to be treated differently? I never really noticed he'd been thinking things like that. I suppose it's not the kind of thing one can notice just by looking, but still. I hope I haven't been guilty of the same. A bit. Mostly you've just been pampering me a lot. Should be lots of presents. Lots of presents and snacks. And lots of presents and snacks. And you might not notice it, but you're also being more soft-spoken around me. I'm sorry. I thought you'd like the presents. Don't take me wrong, I love them, especially the keychain. It's one of my most prized possessions now since it's the real gift I've ever gotten from a friend. I think it should be the most real gift. It's one of my most prized possessions now since it's the most real gift I've ever gotten from a friend. Even if you say it was just a cheap afterthought. But at the same time, I don't know. I might just be weird. I'm not even really sure how I feel about it. I really like it, but I also feel really bad about it. I'm a mess. Sorry, I'll try to rein it in a little. It's okay. This isn't your problem. It's my own awkwardness at fault. I'm just not good at depending on other people. I always feel like such a burden when others go out of their way for me. Even though I know they're doing it because they want to and it makes them happy to care for me. Like I said, I really am a mess. And being cooped up inside the house with no one to really talk to just makes me mull over these thoughts again and again. It's not healthy. It's definitely not mentally healthy. Social absence is very bad for the mental, I think. And I've been having a lot of that lately. Where it's like, I'm with my teammates, and that's been it. I got to see my friends from, like, you know, my classes. Like, I got a good group of friends, like, from my math class and stuff that I've been hanging out with lately, and we've been hanging out, so I did that, like, once, like, after my game on, like, the other day, like, 2 days ago that was, but yeah. So, I did that, but other than that, I really haven't done much the past week or two. Ever since school started, this semester's really been investing. Yeah, try and keep your friend, keep social with your friends. At least talk to them. Isn't your mother here? Can't you talk to her? I can't talk to her about this. I just add to the issues she has to deal with. I don't want to put another burden on her. I think you're being too self-conscious here. She's your mother. I'm sure she'd want to do whatever makes you feel more at ease. That's kind of what scares me. You don't know how far my parents would go to do that. I guess I'll concede to that point. But like I said, I really am grateful for everything you guys have been doing for me. You're all so nice and caring. It kind of makes me feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside. Just don't tell anyone I said that. Oh, for sure. If Keisuke and Shuichi ever heard that line, there'd be no end to the teasing. Just thinking about it already makes my skin crawl. At least he seems like he's cheered up a little. Do you feel better being able to talk about your feelings more openly? Yeah, I feel a bit silly for talking about all this mushy stuff to you, but I really feel like I can trust you enough for that. Of course you can. We're friends, aren't we? Yeah, just friends. Oh, he's feeling the feels for us. I told you guys, he's not just thinking friends. What was that? Oh, nothing. I just agreed with you. By the way, where's your mom? Didn't she just go to the kitchen to grab milk? Oh, I have an idea where she might be. Huh? Look at the cookie plate. There's 6. So? She always makes 12. Okay, and just take a good look at her lips when she comes back and you'll see. Oh my goodness. She loves to cook, but she loves to cook for herself. Huh? Sorry I took so long. I kinda lost track of time. Yui-san comes back with 2 glasses of milk for us, setting them down in front of us and taking another seat. You didn't get any for yourself, ma'am. Oh no, don't be silly. I'm not gonna eat the cookies. I'm on a diet. June lightly taps my foot from under the table, shooting me a weird look. I knew it. I knew it. I decided to do as he says and try focusing my eyes on his mom's face and... Is that... She has a few cookie crumbs stuck to the fur around her mouth. She didn't do what I think she did she? Sure you are, Mom. And I have to say, that diet really seems to be working. I can see the difference already. Really? Oh, I'm so glad. I thought I noticed some slimming too, but I wasn't too sure, and I didn't want to assume. Maybe it would be, or maybe it would just be my brain playing tricks on me. That's so true. And back into the room. I just realized this day is a lot longer than I thought. Eventually, Yui-san excuses herself, claiming that she has to do some more housekeeping, leaving June and I to return to his bedroom. She wasn't really eating the cookies in secret, was she? Yes, she was. It's pretty much taboo for Dad and I to mention this type of thing to her, so we just play dumb and tell her she's been losing weight whenever she starts on another one of her diets. Mom tends to get too excited about all those new diet fads, but she can't stick to them for more than a few days before she cracks. She still pretends to be doing them while she eats some sweets in secret, though. I guess everyone in your family has a big sweet tooth, huh? That's an understatement. Having seen him attack a box of Japanese sweets, I can also agree with that assessment. Actually, now that you mention sweets, how are the preparations for the school festival going? What, if anything, does the school festival have to, what, if anything, does the school festival have to do with sweets? Oh. Sorry, it's just that when you said sweets, it reminded me of Ayako-san. Then, when I thought about her, it reminded me of school, which reminded me of the school festival. Your train of thought is all over the place. I'd like to think outside the box. I don't think there's even a box to begin with when it comes to you. But to answer your question, the preparations are going fine. Our class is mostly finished. That's great. Wait, that's great. What have you been put in charge of? I'm not in charge of anything. I'm just helping out with the decoration, shopping, etc. Since Ayako-san told me the class would be opening a restaurant, I thought you'd be cooking. God, no. I like cooking for myself and for friends, but there's absolutely no way I'd cook for a huge crowd. Really? I thought you'd jump at the opportunity. The only thing that could make me jump at the opportunity of cooking for that many people would be if the alternative were to have Shuichi cook. Oof, true. That's a very scary alternative. One that sadly did happen. Those poor guests. Did the rep talk to you about what you might end up doing for the festival? A bit. She offered to let me give a hand with the organization. Maybe that means we get to work together. I turned her down though. Why? My last school didn't do a festival, so I was really looking forward to doing something more involved. I was thinking of asking to work as a waiter for the restaurant. What did I say? I was thinking of asking to work as a waiter for the restaurant. Oh God. Yep. Those poor guests. Come on, he ain't gonna look that bad. Are you sure that's the best idea for you? You'd be running up and down, carrying a ton of plates and hot food for most of the night. Doesn't it sound fun? I can already imagine the chaos. Forgotten orders, spilled drinks, dropped plates. Our class's restaurant will be a bust, won't it? Have a lewd scene with them, like the waitress scene of June. Too bad you won't be working at the nights of the festival, though. I want to actually enjoy the festival. Go around the stalls and check everything out. I don't want to be cooped up working all night. Shifts exist, you know. You'd probably only work for one of the days. Nope, I don't want to lose even a single day. The school festival is great for the school festival. Hold on. Nope, I don't want to lose even a single day. The school festival is great for relaxing and having fun. There's no way I'm gonna spend it working. Ugh, you're such a special snowflake. Somebody had to make a special snowflake joke. Oof. When you picked every bad option for the June route, it didn't even let me finish the day with the Ferris wheel. Yikes. That sounds terrible. Jeez. What? Nothing. You might act innocent, but at this point, it's pretty obvious that you're not. I don't know what you're talking about. Sure you don't. Beware the quiet ones, that's all I'll say. Oh my God, that's what Basket said! That's what he said in his interview! Beware of the quiet ones. Either way, we should all try to get at least one free day to hang out together. That might be a bit difficult. The 5 of us are distributed across 3 different classrooms, so it'd be pretty difficult to get our schedules to sync up. Speak for yourself. I'm free as a bird. That's because you're lazy. Potato, potato. Whatever. Hey, if the theme for the restaurant is Chinese, does that mean we'll get Chinese-styled uniforms? The girls will probably wear Chinese dresses. I have no idea what the guys will be wearing, though. Is there an alternative, or is there a male alternative? Take 3. Is there even a male alternative to that? I don't know of any. My God, this chat is just going at it. My God, Jaros. I wonder if I'd look like a kung fu master with all the... I wonder if I'd look like a kung fu master with the waiter uniform. It's a waiter uniform, not a kung fu guy. Or gi? I don't know how to pronounce that. Would a kung fu gi even be called a gi in China? I think it'd be guy. Kung fu guy in China. Of course not. That's a Japanese word. Why would they use it in China? Well... what's it called then? I have no idea. Then you can't say for sure it's not called a guy, can you? I see you're going with this logic, but that doesn't make it right. Why not? Because they don't speak Japanese in China. How do you know? Have you ever been to China? This whole discussion was just you messing with me, wasn't it? What was your first clue? Felines. Will your parents show up for the festival? They said they wanted to, but I wouldn't count on it. They're always so busy, especially Dad. Well, I'd imagine a cop is pretty busy most of the time. Yeah, it's really sad how little free time they have. It really makes me feel bad. Hey, it's not like it's your fault. Right. I wonder what I'm going to be doing for the first day of the festival. They haven't released the class plans yet, so I don't know what kind of stalls will be open. Do you really have to plan this kind of thing in advance? Of course, of course. That's the only way to maximize the amount of stalls visited in the smallest amount of time. Just sounds like a big waste of brain energy. Brain energy? You know, thinking power. Okay, so Rayos says that I wish things would go as fast with June as they are with Shuichi. The thing is, I think even Basket mentioned it when he got interviewed, but we technically, in this canonical, the canon of the story, I mean, Shuichi has been our childhood friend. We've known him for so long that for him to pop the question and for him to get closer to us like that, doesn't take that much time. Like, if you've grown up with them their whole life, it's easier to do that and not get suspicious about that. Keisuke is a bit further for that. Like, he's still developing with his relationship with that. But yeah, him and June, it's like, you've only known those guys more recently. And especially June for being so new, I can see why you need so many days to develop and get close with him, because he only moved in this year. Like, how much time do you really have to get to know him? So yeah, I could see it being like a couple more days maybe, and then eventually you'd be like, okay, I'll finally confess. Maybe something like that. So back to the reading. Thinking power? Are you sure you're really 19? June, don't waste those precious neurons. Huh? Exactly. In other news, I heard Kei's band is planning to perform on the festival this year. Ooh, that's exciting. Will he be on stage? Nah, he's just their manager. How come? He's a really good singer. I asked the same thing, but he didn't care to answer. We needed to be there to boost his confidence. Dang it, this is what happens when we don't get to be part of the route. That's the one sacrifice. He doesn't break out of his bubble. He really sells himself short sometimes, huh? Agreed. I have to admit, it'd be pretty cool to see him singing with a band. Yeah, it would. I'm sure he'd wow any audience with his voice. I just wish he could have a little more confidence in himself. No matter how much we say that we like his voice, we just don't seem to believe it, or he just doesn't seem to believe it. No matter how much we say we like his voice, he just doesn't seem to believe it. I tempted to call him humble, but he's a little too extreme about it. He is like that about everything. Tennis, grades, singing. No matter how good he is, it's never good enough. It's a bit annoying, to be honest. Well, don't let it get to you. Everyone has their quirks. Said the quirkiest person I know. I wish I had a good singing voice. You can already play the piano super well. Why would you need to sing? Yeah, but people don't care about the piano as much as they care about good singers. After all, the piano is something that anyone can learn with enough patience and practice. Your voice is something you're born with. You can still improve your voice. Well, yeah, sure you can. But a person that was born with an average voice can only take it so far. You'll never be a truly great unless you were born great. He's really lucky in that sense. His voice is really amazing. Could it be that the happy-go-lucky tiger is jealous of someone for once? For once? I'm jealous of lots of people. I'm no saint. I'm jealous of your athleticism, for instance. That is also something you can improve on with practice. You'd think so, but that's not always the case. Why not? Let's just say that I'm not cut out for sports and leave it at that. I don't know. You can't just say something so vague and I said we'll leave it at that. Yes, sir. Jeez, what did I do to tick him off this time? Make fun of his physicality? I guess he wasn't kidding when he said being cooped up here was stressful.
So, do you have any plans for what you're gonna do after your parents allow you to leave the house tomorrow?
Just the same as always. School and practice. Oh, and speaking of school,
Yeah?
you know how I said that Ayako-san has been dropping my notes for me?
I do. What about it?
Well, she's been dropping by some homework and... well, I kinda haven't done it. Any of it.
Oh, God.
Aren't you going to react to that at all?
Why would I? I could see this punchline coming from a mile away.
You could?
Of course, I never expect you to do your homework out of your own volition.
Yeah. You really have no faith in me, do you?
Knowing you and not having faith in you are two different things.
Doesn't sound all that different to me. Well, anyway. Could I ask you to help me with it?
Sure, no problem.
Wait, really? You will?
Why are you surprised? I've already been helping you study anyway. How would this be any different?
When you put it that way, I guess it really isn't.
Well, it might be different in the sense that it'll be much easier. Trying to get you to remember stuff is definitely a Herculean task. I've never seen it like that. Trying to get you to remember stuff is definitely a Herculean task. Herculean. Trying to get you to remember stuff is definitely a Herculean task. Why is that word so hard for me?
I don't know the meaning of the word Herculean, but I'm just going to assume that was an insult.
More like a friendly quip.
Whatever. As long as you help me with my homework, you can joke as much as you like.
Oh, really? As much as you like, or as much as I like, you say?
Maybe not as much as you like.
Alright. Just give me your books and I'll help you. But I absolutely won't do it for you. Be aware of that.
Gah.
Well, depending on how big the pile is, I might be a bit more generous with information, so we'll move through it faster.
Yay!
So easy to please. Once we get started, Jun remains seated on his desk, diligently working. He only stops a few times to ask me questions and then gets right back to it once he understands the subject matter. Even if he hates studying, his focus is really scary once he gets going. I definitely expected him to be a little more involved in this process. Right now, I'm just sitting next to him, idly twiddling my thumbs and waiting for him to call me again. Ran into a problem?
Huh? Oh, not really. I was just thinking over this question. The text is pretty long, so it's confusing me a little.
Ah, yeah. Some of them are designed with that in mind. They throw in a bunch of pointless information at you, they throw a bunch of pointless information at you to see if you can separate them from the important stuff. Yep, I know how that feels.
That's super annoying.
Right, once again. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I kind of wish his laziness would win out just so I could do something more interesting than staring at the ceiling. I guess I might be an enabler. Watching him just sitting quietly and studying is also a pleasant feeling somehow. It also just feels so different from his usual... Wait, what am I saying? It just feels so different from the usual Jun, bouncing around all over the place and running his mouth whenever possible. Kind of like watching a rowdy little puppy dog sleeping. Great, now my mind has further demoted him from a child to a lapdog. Or cat. How specious.
Man, he'd be super mad if he could peer into my thoughts right now. Still, he's a much better student than I give him credit for. I'm sure he could get very far if he applied himself a little more.
Hey, Nico-san.
Yeah, what is it?
I got finished with my history homework and I decided to start on the math. But I'm not good with calculus, so
leave it to me.
Oh god. Calculus is like... I'm taking a calculus class right now, and it's... ugh. It kicked my butt the day I did the homework for it. I just got stuck on the word problems because it was like... wait, what does that mean again? And how does that mean what? I'll probably have to review it.
This might be a stupid question, but what's a sine and a cosine?
Oh my god, the first time I remember seeing sine and cosine, I pronounced it sin, because it was like S-I-N. I was like, what's sin? That was stupid. That's not even calculus, that's trigonometry.
Oh, really?
Trigonometry is using calculus a lot. Let me tell you that. It is. It's annoying.
Then what about hypotenuse?
Oh no. That is also trigonometry. I take back what I said before. This is going to be more work than I thought.
Oh god, why did schools have to invent homework?
Yes, how dare they want to make sure their students are learning?
Don't patronize me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course you do.
Hey June, your mom tells me Nico-kun is visiting. It's true, you really are here.
Oh no. Hello, sir. I'm sorry for the intrude. He immediately walks up to me and shakes my hand enthusiastically. I feel very intruded right now. Somebody call the cops, but I can't, cause he is the cops.
I'm so glad to have gotten to see you in the flesh again. You're so much more imposing than I remembered. I still can't believe my son is really friends with you.
I'm happy to be your son's friend, sir.
Dad, please stop. You're creeping Nico-san out.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to offend.
No, you're fine, sir. This is your house after all.
Which, by the way, I've already asked you tons of times to knock before you come in, Dad.
Yes, Dad. I feel you on that.
Why? It's not like you've got something to hide.
That's not the point. It's the expectation of privacy. What if I were getting changed? What if I had just gone out of the shower?
But I knew you had a friend over, so of course that wouldn't be true.
Watch that haunt us in the future somehow.
Yeah, sure. This time. But this is hardly the first time this happens. And you have walked in on me when I was changing before.
And the older tiger shrugs, staring at his son with a dumb smile on his face. A smile that I know well because it's exactly the one his son wears.
So what? It's not like you're packing anything I've never seen before. Besides, you've seen me naked many times before.
Wait, seriously?
Unfortunately, yes. But only because he has a tendency of walking around the house in no clothes, or leaving the bathroom door unlocked, or not closing his bedroom door when he changes.
It's not like I have anything to hide.
That's not the point. The point is that I don't want to see you naked, damn it.
Geez, so fussy. I wonder what side of the family you got that from. Certainly wasn't mine.
June's now doing breathing exercises while his father laughs at his own jokes. Yeah, I could definitely see how this sort of behavior could get on someone's nerves.
Oh, right. It's already late, Nico-kun. Would you like to have dinner with us?
Oh, I really shouldn't. Like you said, it's pretty late and I don't want to intrude.
Don't be silly. It's no problem. We'd be delighted to have you with us.
But, Nika-san, I know it sucks for me to ask, but I still haven't finished my homework either. Could you stay until I'm done? Math is my worst subject and I left it for last. I don't think I'll be able to do it without your help.
Oh god. This is a longer day than I thought. Like, it only took an hour for those 4 character select days, and day 13 is like 2 hours. Right, that's true. We're not done yet.
See? That's the perfect opportunity. You can have dinner with us and then continue working on it with June. By the way, are you two doing homework together or are you just helping June?
I'm helping him deal with the surplus of homework he let pile up.
I thought you told me you were dealing with it as soon as you were getting it.
Well, you see...
The tiger shakes his head. Don't be lazy, June. At least do your homework diligently.
Yes, Dad.
Well, not that this was dealt with. Your mother says dinner will be ready in about 10 minutes. Please join us, Nico-kun.
Yeah, I think I'll take you up on that offer after all. I can't quite leave June with his homework unfinished. I have a feeling that the instant I walked out the door, he just put it aside and forget it existed. Considering what I've seen from him so far, I really can't allow him to pass up any opportunities to improve on his studies. No one needs a 20-year-old high school student after all. By the way, Kobayashi-san.
Oh, please, feel free to call me Atsushi.
There's no real point in calling anyone by their last name here, Nico-san. We're all Kobayashi after all.
I guess that's true. He's never called Aki by his last name either, so I suppose I should try to treat his family with the same courtesy. Atsushi-san, you're a police officer, aren't you?
Oh, June's told you about my job.
No, actually, that was just a guess of mine. Although I did have it confirmed after I first asked.
I guess? How come you were able to guess? No, wait, don't tell me. It's because of the cap aura, right? I just scream of law enforcement, don't I? That has to be it. Ha 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 ha.
Dad.
He really seems to be enthusiastic about his job, at least. Actually, it's because of your police cap. I think you were using it when I saw you last.
Huh? Oh shoot, I always forget to take it off. I've already gotten chewed out by my superiors over this so many times before too.
He puts on a squeaky, high-pitched toned voice, like a child mocking someone someone else had said. Wow, I got that wrong. This certainly isn't the most flattering display.
Kobayashi, you're not
supposed to go out in public wearing your cap if you don't have your uniform. You're not on the clock,
is what they'd say.
I have to say I agree with him. More importantly, how does he even manage to forget a cap on his head? Does he never change shirts? They can't all be button-up shirts, can they? Airheaded, jokey, somewhat childish? I really see who June takes after. Yui-san was right on the mark when he said those two are more alike than June realizes. Mother always knows best, huh?
Anyway, I'm going to go kiss the cook before dinner is ready. See you kids in a few minutes.
Atsushi-san winks at us and leaves the room with an exaggerated waving gesture. Somebody said, I did the evil ending once. Wait. For what? Oh, is there like an evil ending for Shun's root? Or for Shun's? Right. For Shun, yeah, it's Shun. Is there an evil ending for Shun's roots? Huh, I wondered. So,
You see what I mean? No common sense.
is that so? You're really not one to talk at all, June. Still, seeing your dad like that, it kind of makes me happy.
Huh? Why?
You guys just seem so close. I can't help but smile when I think about it.
What? What's so special about that? We're a regular family. This kind of thing is normal, isn't it?
At least one would hope so, but it's not always the case. You and Sai are pretty much the only ones who have perfectly normal, ordinary families like that.
We are?
Yeah, they might not talk much about it, but both Keisuke and Shuichi have serious problems with their families. We need to help them! Shuichi's parents are divorced, and because of it, he barely sees his mom and sister. And Keisuke hasn't seen his mother in years. Not to mention the fact that he doesn't even speak to his father or grandmother. Well, he kinda does, but it's like super salty.
I hadn't really considered that. My family has always been like this, so I never bothered to think about how things would be if they weren't.
That's called taking things for granted.
But what about you, Nico-san? You said Mizuguchi-san and I are the only ones with normal families, but as far as I know, you also have a loving family.
Loving doesn't mean normal. I don't have a father anymore, remember?
I'm sorry, I didn't even think.
Relax, this sort of thing doesn't bother me. I already told you that before. But that's kind of my point. You think families like yours would be the norm, but that's not really always the case. It just makes me happy to see such a nice, tight-knit, loving family like that. You're really lucky.
Nico-san. I guess you're right.
There we go. He's been so stressed and looking so serious all day. The glimpses I got of his smile weren't nearly as frequent as I accustomed to. Someone like you really shouldn't be smiling more often. Or someone like you really should be smiling more often. That smile really suits you, June. Anyway, how about we take a break from all this homework and go eat?
Okay.
Hey, look at the family. This is a nice fam. This is a family photo. This might be the thumbnail for the episode. Not even June in the hospital, but June just chilling with his fam. Look at them, they're so cool. We walk out into the living room just as Yui-san is setting up the dinner table. Atsushi-san is sitting up in front of the TV, watching some news report. Unbelievable, they're going up to the public transport, Unbelievable, they're going to up the public transport fare again. You already knew this was bound to happen sooner or later. Yeah, but still, it's the second increase in 3 years. I for one think it was a miracle that the fare has kept steady for that long. The entire world's economy is going through a crisis after all. Atsushi-san grumbles unhappily at his wife's words.
Oh, hey, you changed your shirt, Dad.
Yeah, your mother made me get changed. Of course I did. Did you see how filthy his older shirt was? That is unacceptable when we have guests over. Why only when you have guests over? Mom actually complains about it all the time, but he just responds that he doesn't have to look good for anyone in his own home. She's just using you as an excuse to have him get changed. Oh. She's much more sly than I thought she'd be. I guess you have to be if you want to bring order to a house that has both June and his dad in it.
By the way, Dad, how was work today? Did you make any arrests?
Upon hearing the son's question, Atsushi-san makes a long, exaggerated sigh, shaking his head with much gusto.
Unfortunately not. People seem to be sticking with the law much more frequently these days. Why do you say that as if it were a bad thing? As a cop, shouldn't that make you happy? You're supposed to serve or protect. If things are protected, then why worry?
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure someone's bound to do something bad at some point, and then you can bust them.
Yes, that's what I keep telling myself every day. Fingers crossed for some big robbery. Maybe a murder if I get lucky.
What the hell's wrong with this family?
I will not have such morbid conversation at the dinner table, you two.
But no one's sitting at the table yet.
I don't care. You two just stop talking about murders. In fact, stop wishing for any crime to happen entirely. Thank you. At least there's a voice of reason in this household. How she manages to put up with these two how she manages to put up with the two of them is beyond my understanding. Yui-san just might have the patience of a saint. Either way, the food is at the table. Why don't we all eat now?
Okay.
Pardon the intrusion. Oh, it's not an intrusion at all. It's our pleasure to have you over again, Nico. Everything on the table looks delicious. If there's one thing I know after having dinner before, it's that Yui-san is a wonderful cook. I really can't wait to dig in. I just hope that I don't look too eager. Oh, Yui, you made you made yakiniku. What's the occasion? There's no occasion. I just wanted to cook something extra tasty since we have a visitor. I even used the best meat we had. Ooh, I was already feeling impatient since you wouldn't use it. Of course, good meat is supposed to be safe for guests or special occasions. Is that so? I'm not sure if I should feel guilty for getting them to waste their good food on me or not.
Dad is grateful that you're having dinner with us because that means he gets to eat good meat.
Oh, I see. At least I don't have to worry about that anymore. We all take our seats at the table.
Here's your plate, Nico-san. Eat as much as you like.
Thanks. Hey, Nico-kun, you don't mind if I ask you a few questions, do you? Oh, is this an interrogation, officer? Of course not.
I wouldn't trust Dad's words on that. If you say yes to this, he's gonna have you answering questions all night.
Hey, that's not true. I'm a little scared now. I'm not that bad.
That's a little hard to believe.
Gah. June, don't tease your father.
Me teasing? I would never.
You've become a lot more snarky later. What's been happening to you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course. You had to say it. I do. It's called bad influences. Anyway, sure. You can ask me anything, Atsushi-san. Oh, yay! Yay. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd see a grown man pumping his fists in the air and shouting out yay. Oh god. Well, I am a grown man who has pumped his fists in the air. I don't think I've shouted yay, but I've celebrated like that where I just like pump my fists in the air a couple of times like that during my volleyball match. It's so funny to watch. I feel like a child sometimes. Okay, so there's a lot of things I'm curious about. Here we go. But I'm going to keep myself under control and only ask you a couple of questions.
Sure you are.
Come on, June, at least have some faith in your good old father here.
Give me a reason to and I will.
Ugh. It's like the two old ladies having an argument. This is surreal. Alright. I'll just ask one question. Is that better for you?
I really doubt you will.
So do I. Yui, you're supposed to be on my side here. Says who? Says the marriage certificate. Says the marriage certificate we have framed in our bedroom. I see what you did there. As far as I know, all it says is that we're legally married. I don't remember reading any passages saying that you must side with your spouse at all times. You two are really mean sometimes, you know. And now Atsushi-san is hanging his head down, shoulders sagging, pouting, and dejected. Quite a pitiful sight for a man his age. Oh, hush, honey. You know we're just joking. I guess. Anyway, back to you, Nico-kun. Boy, he sure bounced back pretty fast. One thing I've always been curious about. What made you take up tennis in the first place? You play tennis with so much passion on the courts, I always wondered what made you choose the sport. That voice crack. I've been interviewed a few times, but no one has ever even bothered me to ask that question. I know. I read all of your interviews and never saw that question anywhere. That's why I wanted to ask. I can't tell whether I should be disturbed by the statement or not. My own father taught me to play tennis as a child, and I ended up sticking to it. Didn't really notice at first how good of a fit it was for me. Honestly, nowadays, I can't even begin to imagine my life without it. Oh, that's such a prim and proper answer. Your father really raised you well. I would really like to meet this man that I would really like to meet the man that raised one of my favorite tennists. I would really like to meet the man that raised one of my favorite tennists. This is awkward. Yeah. Jun chokes on his food, coughing and hacking to try and steady his breathing again. I gave him a few taps on the back to help him out. Dad. What? What's with that reaction? Are you alright? I'm fine, but you really shouldn't ask that. Huh? Why not? I already told you not to worry about it, Jun. I'm used to it. I get asked about my dad all the time by teachers, coaches, and the likes. My father is deceased, Atsushi-san. He died in an accident 12 years ago. It was a hit and run. Both of Jun's parents immediately freeze at my words. Yui-san shoots a glare at her husband before reaching out to put a hand on top of my own. Atsushi-san struggles to come up with words, uselessly muttering incoherently to himself. That'd be ironic if somehow Atsushi-san was on the scene for it. Like, that'd be really an interesting parallel. I'm really sorry to have brought something like that up, Nico-kun. It was tactless. No, really, you guys don't have to worry about it. It's something that happened a long time ago. It's not a big deal anymore. I really wish people would stop trying to be so considerate over it. It's a lot harder to try to act like nothing happened when everyone is so concerned about my feelings all the time. I hate being put on the spot like this. You don't have to feel upset or anything by this. There's no way anyone could know about that without being told so. It's not your fault. I'm really sorry. Again, it was nothing. Please stop apologizing. It just makes it all that much harder to pretend it never happened. So, Atsushi-san, you're a police officer, right? What's that like? I try to get them to change the subject of conversation, both for my own sake as well as theirs. From underneath the table, I feel something soft rubbing against my back. Jun flashes me a smile. Is he trying to comfort me? In that case, the thing rubbing against my back is probably his tail, right? Better be. I make sure to smile back at him. Bless his heart, he's trying to make me feel better even though I'm insisting that everything is fine. Well, it's a lot less glamorous than it sounds. I just go on patrols quite often. Sometimes alone, sometimes with a partner. I mostly just patrol around the downtown area. So it's really just a lot of walking, some driving, and mostly just general boredom. Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
Don't let Dad fool you. He loves his job anyway. Or, don't let Dad fool you. He loves his job anyway.
Oh, I never said I didn't love it. I just said that it wasn't as exciting as some people would think.
To be honest, not many things are as exciting as others think.
That's true too.
I don't know. It would be, I would take being a police officer, I don't know. I would take being a police officer over what I do any day. What is it that you do, Yui-san? Well, right now, I'm working 2 jobs. On weekdays, I'm a salesman at this precious little boutique downtown. On weekends, I help with stocking at a perfume store. Stocking? Again, don't be fooled. My mom works in the stocking department. By doing count and general logistics, she doesn't carry anything. I'm sorry guys if you hear that in the background. That's my family going crazy over that Patriots-Chiefs game. If any of you follow football, what a time to live in, guys. I tried my best to read over it, but I could do another take. Yeah, I was expecting this to end an hour ago, but geez, this is a long day 13. I forgot how long this was. So anyway,
Again, don't be fooled. Mom works with the stocking department. By doing count and general logistics, she doesn't carry anything.
oh, this family loves giving people the wrong idea, don't they? Ha ha ha, the look on your face was priceless though. For just a second you were thinking, just how strong is this woman, weren't you? I take it back. Every last person in this house is nuts. Of course, the happy-go-lucky levels are on top, or the happy-go-lucky levels are off the charts here. Ah, sweet, we're almost done with it. Sorry to say that, but it's just, I've been doing this for so long, I'm trying to end it so I can go to dinner and take my dog out. It takes me almost 2 hours to finally get Jun all the way through his homework. I swear, I've never seen someone as bad with math as this guy. Still, after that trial is over, he comes outside to see me off. Are you sure you don't want me to walk you home? Nah, I'm fine. My house isn't that far anyway. Plus, I don't trust you walking around the streets at night. If you're capable of getting lost in broad daylight, I'm not going to take my chances. Thank you for having me over for dinner. It was really fun, even if we didn't plan for it.
Agreed. We should do it more often. And thanks for dropping by to visit me. I really appreciated having company today. I really hated being cooped up in the house with no one to really talk to.
That's kinda your own fault. You're the one who told us not to visit.
I guess that's true. Kinda dug my own grave there.
Well, just try not to get put into house arrest again. Let me do another ring of that. I totally started that up. Well, just try not to get put into house arrest again, and this won't be a problem.
I kinda want to object to you calling it house arrest, but it's kinda fitting in a way.
Isn't it? Jun's tail lazily waves from one side to the other. The calm, refreshing breeze ruffles through our furs. At this moment, I feel oddly satisfied for some reason. Spending this day with Jun was much more rewarding than I thought it'd be. I don't remember enjoying myself like this in years. Man, I guess I've really come to appreciate his company too, huh? I didn't realize how much I'd missed him the past few days. I guess I'll see you at school tomorrow then.
Yeah, why don't you drop by the music room after class? It's been a while since I played for you.
Of course.
I can't wait to hear you play piano again. Just don't go tripping on any shoelaces, okay?
Yeah. I'll make sure to double check before I try to get up and walk.
You have a good night, June. See you tomorrow. Let me just save here. I begin my short walk home. As I turn around to look at this house one last time before turning at the intersection, I see a little tiger still hanging around at the front. Wow, why did I say it like that? As I turn around to look at his house one last time before turning at the intersection, I see the little tiger still hanging around at the front. He waves at me once he realizes I can see him, bringing another smile to my face. No! Oh, I thought it was gonna stop. I forgot. It's like, it ends at day 14. So guys, I'm gonna end things here. I really have to take my dog out and eat dinner. I really been putting that off for a whole hour. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to end things here. But this was really fun. And if I come back and I have the time to do day 14, I'll do that after dinner. And I'll tweet that to you guys, like, right after dinner. So, yeah. That's all I got for today. Sorry for not really reading your comments at the end. I just got really invested in finishing. Any big questions? Does he hit on his son's friends, his coworkers, and arrested guys? I've been seeing you guys go through that weird tangent of... Excuse me. I just saw you guys going through like a tangent of people just talking about Atsushi being gay or bi. And I'm like, that's an interesting conspiracy theory. But yeah, that's all I got for today. So, until next time, take care, guys.